copy image.
What's up, guys? We are back with Bits, Crits, and Halfwits. This isn't
Bits, Crits, and Halfwits.
Wow. Yeah.
What's going on, guys? We're back with No More Light, episode 9.
No more notes, even me.
Steven has challenged us for the rest of the campaign to exclusively play without notes to see what we can remember.
I have not at all done that.
I don't know. I heard that. Who else heard that?
I mean, it's the name of our group, so...
Yeah, you renamed our group. Was that not the challenge?
No.
I thought this was like from day one.
That was to encourage you to take more notes.
Hey, all of my notes got deleted in a freak me wiping my hard drive.
You're the only one. You're the only one who's okay.
Hey! I have
all
notes,
my
but they're
notes got deleted
specifically
when
about my
I
character.
slept too long.
That's fair.
I remember everything, so why do I need notes?
I hate you.
I'm staying true to my character and not learning how to read or write.
You wrote poetry.
He read poetry and... No. Time out. He read poetry. He wrote and read poetry, and it exerted so much of his brain it knocked him unconscious for an entire session. Or did you forget the canon?
You want this man to keep notes?
No, that is true. That did happen. It was very cool. Hashtag no more notes. No. Alrighty. Well, let's introduce our characters. We have Professor Malum, played by...
It's me, Isaac, the only good character in the evil campaign.
We have Ridley Monroe, played by...
It's me, Jessica.
We have Sathar, played by...
The Mighty Oran. Nice to be here.
We have Jigzog, played by...
Me, Dingo Dongo.
And we have
The Dingo Dongo.
Moriarty, played by...
It's your boy, DJ Swagless.
Yeah, that tracks.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's get those D100 rolls in. Jigzog, you don't have to do one because you weren't here.
No, I think it's
shit!
better.
I have to hang on. There are applications I need to have open that I do not.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought I lost my open tab. It was because I was looking up Manspider.
It's because I was looking up fair.
He doesn't just look up
See, I'm gonna still roll, and if I happen to be the person, I'm just gonna like say what I saw in my catatonic state.
I don't think you're going to be the person to go.
Jigzog is currently the lowest.
Oh, no.
13.
It's on a plan.
Nope. He is no longer the lowest.
All right. Jack, tell us what happened last time.
All right. Last episode on No More Light. We acquired pet drakes.
With the dumbest name possible. One of them.
That TikTok's up, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah.
I haven't been on TikTok in like 3 days. I should really do that. We picked up a crew that we thought was going to be like 100 dudes, and it turns out it's more like 400 dudes. Because, when you release a chemical weapon on a city and offer people to come with you and join the crew or, die in the city, they tend to join up as just a way to get the fuck out. Jeremy, the Drake's names are Jeremy and Becky.
They are indeed.
But yeah, we met homie's brother cousin. Who is like mad scientist guy. Like he's everything Malum aspires to be.
You don't know Malum's life.
And Malum, in an unfortunate accident, slept with the wrong person, and she happened to have teeth, like the movie Teeth. I made up that last part.
I was gonna say I don't remember that last one, but that sounds like something he'd do.
I was gonna say it tracks, doesn't it?
Hmm.
PT's like, canon?
No.
No, we don't have cannon. We have ballista. Remember?
It's true. You're right. You're right. Sorry. No gunpowder yet.
Well, people have guns in the world, just not you.
Oh shit. Okay.
Alrighty.
Yeah, when you met Jack, Jack had a gun, and then he threw it overboard because it was out of ammo, and he didn't know what
Yeah,
to
but
do
that
with it.
wasn't
Oh, yeah.
a cannon.
Stop
gunpowder
throwing
one.
things overboard.
That was your
Alex,
magic garbage. Why it only works for you? Yes.
So you guys are sailing
No.
off into the horizon.
No.
When Grissif pulls out a notebook and begins taking notes while looking down at the notebook and back up at the town.
Which boat are we on? You said there were multiple. Which boat are we on?
You guys are on your boat.
Our boat. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Comrade.
I would like
God damn
to
it.
start making poisons and preparing poisoned arrows.
Okay.
I've never made poison in D&D before, so... And nobody's ever asked me how to do it. They just buy it.
Roll nature.
So this is actually a mechanic I'm unfamiliar with.
Roll nature.
Hey, how toxic is Rakshasa blood?
I imagine it'd be relatively fucky wucky.
Wait. Hold up. Time out. You want to make poison? You're not just gonna walk over and rub your arrowheads against Jigzog's skin?
Right.
Okay, so contact poison like that loses potency very quickly. I need to do stuff to it to preserve it.
Just stay near Jigzog.
Magic. I'm gonna counter with 2 points. A, magic.
I don't
B,
have magic.
Not what I was saying. B, contact poison loses efficacy unless it's rehydrated, which if you're shooting it into a human being or humanoid in general, they have blood.
I mean, if we're going based on a poison tree frog,
Guys, if you rub arrows on Jigzog, I'm just gonna let him stay poisoned. I don't want to get this specific with it. This seems like a lot of word problems, and I already don't like the algebra I have to do every week.
You do
Just
algebra?
wait until you take calculus.
No.
Dude, calculus is easier than algebra.
calculus
But
is
the word
easier than
problems are
algebra.
worse.
Well, okay, that's because English majors don't math good.
Yeah, I know. The word problems are worse. They just
They're
are.
worse because they're not explained well.
Anyways. So you guys are just, yeah, if you poison him on Jigzog, I'm gonna let you keep the poison on Jigzog.
Okay, I'm gonna poison a bunch of arrows. I was planning on getting some vials to poison my daggers too, because the poison only works for one hit. Which on arrows is fine, but
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
Malum.
we'll figure that out between sessions.
I think
You,
Malum's
yes.
hanging out below decks. It's like taking a nap. Had a long day. Someone tried to murder me the other day. No reason.
Ridley, what are you doing?
I am probably below deck with the vamp,
With Vonet?
with Vonet.
Malum and Bonnet.
Messing with Jeremy, probably.
Vonet is just, like, giving you treats to give to Jeremy. They're just random bits of meat that you can't determine where he found them.
Yeah, he just gives it to Jeremy.
Jeremy is munching away happily. Jigzog, what are you doing? You've just come out of your coma.
He's trying to teach Jeremy tricks with those.
Wait, did I have the arrows rubbed on me?
I am currently rubbing arrows on you.
Can I tell the story then? Of what I saw while I was asleep?
Sure.
Well, so basically what it was sort of like a weird family reunion in a sense. So there was like this one frog. I think he could ride a unicycle, right? There's another frog that was named like a Pee-Pee, there's a Sermit. He could play the banjo, and he
You're
had
knocked
a
out
little.
again. You just slip
Yeah.
back in.
I think-
You're muttering this, and you just slip back into unconsciousness.
I think PT. As soon as I'm back, I have more frogs to list off. Just you wait.
You better fucking not.
Look, all I'm gonna say is I'm not a pirate or a pilot.
Oh my god. Why did I show you that song?
Oh, it's been stuck in my head since you showed it to me.
Yo ho, motherfuckers, I'm a goddamn frog.
Exactly.
Alrighty, so Sathar and Moriarty, what are you doing? Or Sathar, I guess, what are you doing after Moriarty goes to rub arrows on things?
Talking with Malum.
Malum's
Below deck.
downstairs. Okay, cool.
When I'm done.
Asking Malum, hey, you like all that magic-y imbued bullshit, right?
Yeah, I do find it quite intriguing and useful.
And you're good at combining it with, weapons.
Yeah.
Cool. Any chance you can work on do you know how to make magical tattoos by chance?
Well, if you have something to imbue the magic, I can't imagine it would be too difficult. I've never done such a thing before.
Phenomenal. Are you familiar with sending stones?
Yes.
Any chance you can make a sending stone tattoo?
It'll require some research. I'll look at my notes and get back to you.
This area is not within your network, Magic Verizon.
You already knew what I was doing.
I knew as soon as you said magic tattoo what you were doing.
Yeah.
Also, point of order in 5e, magic tattoos are single-use items, and the tattoo disappears once you use it.
How about we let the DM decide what is and is not in canon?
I haven't even decided if magic tattoos are in canon yet, so I'll let you know.
I have a magical tattoo.
You do?
Yeah, you okayed it at the beginning.
Oh, that tracks. Anyways, moving right along.
Anyways, fuck yesterday, PT. Back to today, PT.
Whatever we do next is a problem for next week's PT.
True.
Sounds like a lot of PTs
So anyways-
are about to get fucked.
And also, I'm pretty sure magical tattoos aren't single use after Tasha's.
That's
Oh,
also
did Tasha's update them?
Oh
Yeah, we
yeah.
added a bunch of them.
Nice.
We can
So
talk.
anyways, DM,
Yes.
I assume I will have to, reference some books and whatnot.
Yeah, you're pretty.
Um,
So you've heard of magical tattoos. You're pretty sure you can figure them out, but you don't currently know how to do them.
Yeah, okay. That's what I assumed it would be.
Yeah. Alrighty. As you guys are sort of sailing away, you feel the ship kind of shudder, and it begins to list to the right side as something hits the outer pontoon. I think Jack, you're the only one on deck, aren't you?
Probably.
Right.
Perception or investigation?
For perception.
15.
As you watch, you see something moving incredibly quickly beneath the water.
Hey, homies.
We're all below
And I look
deck.
around.
Are you yelling?
Fuck, I'm the only one on deck.
Well, I'm on deck, but
Just stomp your feet around.
I'm out again.
No,
Yeah,
I'll
just-
just go to the stairwell below deck. Hey guys, you might want to fucking get up here.
Ridley,
Of course we do.
Vonet just looks up and then just kind of blurs and just shoots out the stairs past all of you and over the side of the ship.
Cause celerity's the shit.
Yes, it is.
All right, Stara's gonna go upstairs.
Yeah, Ridley's gonna run up the stairs
Zathar, as you come up the stairs, you see what appears to be a person in flying shoes blast up out of the water.
Do I recognize this person?
You do not.
I'm going to. There are men on the ship, right?
Yes.
Besides us.
Yes.
Say. Well, what are you waiting for? Grab them.
The men look at you kind of confused, and then they just start tying ropes to crossbow bolts and preparing to fire.
I'll knock a poisoned arrow and let fly.
Can I detect thoughts?
Sure.
I casted it.
Is there a save?
It is for the duration. You read the thoughts. My God, that's a lot of words. You can see within 30 the creature you have chosen has an intelligence of 3 or lower. It doesn't speak any language. The creature is unaffected. You initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature, what is most on its mind in the moment. As an action, you can either shift your attention to another creature's thoughts or attempt to probe deeper into the same creature's mind. There does not seem to be. Once you detect the presence of a creature, you can also use this creature to detect the presence of a thinking creature you can't see when cast. Within 30 feet of you, the spell can penetrate barriers. No, there is no save.
Okay. So the surface level thoughts of this figure in front of you are, I am a fish. Predator. Run away.
Can I cast suggestion to tell them to land?
You cannot because they are currently under the effects of another suggestion spell.
Hi there.
Malin was also going to rush up on deck.
Squall. They said hi there.
Don't hello me.
Good day.
Good day. How are you now?
All fine, and you?
Not so bad.
We're talking to the floating.
Oh, what's
Entity.
up, guys?
What the fuck is up?
He's just gonna put a hand over Jack's mouth. Gotta pause for a second and go. What you doing? Looking out at Squall, I guess.
Well, I don't know if you guys know who you've buddied up with, but if you've thrown your lot in with this one, and she gestures at Grisef, then we're going to have problems.
Grisef kind of walks over to the side of the ship and he goes, I didn't think you'd catch up so fast, Inquisitor.
Well, you're the king of not expecting what we can do.
How adequately and eloquently stated.
I think the word she was looking for was underestimation.
I think she nailed
There
it.
you go. Shut the fuck up.
PT,
And I just look at Grisef and I laugh.
PT, can I wake up now?
Yes.
Tell you what, why don't you come down here and we'll have a talk?
Why don't you tell us what's wrong with this individual?
She kind of looks back at the town and looks at them. You can't see the burning city?
Grisef leans over to you, Jack, and goes, she just doesn't like progress.
Oh,
I
think
can
we saw everyone.
I can see a burning city. Most of those were, in essence, criminals. Why don't you come down and have a talk, Inquisitor?
Yeah, it was just a Cali military base.
And
This
we
man,
basically took everyone but the slavers and the cutthroats.
That is completely untrue. There's a town of completely normal people back there. Not to mention that this man made off with one of my compatriots, as well as a completely innocent tavern keeper who we've not found yet.
Tell you what, Why don't you stop being up there, come down here, and we can talk like civilized folk.
Sky, one of the guards finally shoots his crossbow at you. Roll
Okay.
to see if you can do the catchy catch.
Well, that's not how.
Oh, how does that work? How much damage?
Deflect
rolled-
missiles is a. Let's see.
He rolls to hit. If he hits, you roll damage, and then she rolls a d10, reducing the damage. If the damage is reduced to 0 or less, she catches it.
Yep.
Okay, roll your
that.
d10 then.
I play a lot of monks.
I know you do.
This is
you
my
son
first
of a
time.
bitch. What'd you roll?
6.
Okay. So the arrow was going to do like 5 damage max because it's an arrow weighted down by a rope.
Yeah.
You just kind of catch it, and you guys watch as this monk just catches this arrow and just throws it back at the fucking soldier.
I'm not even gonna look to see if it hits the soldier. If it does, it does.
Yeah, you just hear the guy go ah as he goes down. Squall, you recognize that since you've gotten here, this Rakshasa's eyes or this cat person's eyes, you would actually probably think they're tabaxi.
Mm-hmm.
Their eyes are glowing, kind of a weird yellow, brighter than they were.
Okay, so for the purposes of this encounter, does Squall count as a player character or an NPC?
I was gonna ask the same things because I was gonna cast friend, but you can't do that on NP or. On...
I was just gonna use persuasion and get her to land.
We're gonna go with player character. That's
Okay.
how all the encounter. We're just gonna make if a player character is in the scene, treat them as a player character, even if you're on opposing sides.
Okay.
And we're just gonna make that the basis because I'm not gonna put people's characters in each other's groups unless the person's gonna be there to voice their character.
Makes sense. Now that that unpleasantness is done, and I motion at the guy who shot at her, come down here and speak with us.
He's gonna pause and look at the captain and say, "Clear the deck for a moment."
Viet just kind of looks back at you and he goes, "You heard him! Get your asses below deck!" And just like you watch as people clear off the deck till it's just you all standing there with Viet and Grissif.
Is this more to your liking?
I suppose. She kind
Please.
of would. I think she'd hover down, but stay towards like the front of the ship.
Like just kind of hovering a distant, like
Mhm.
close enough to talk.
Yeah.
Very, very unoffensively, I'm going to walk up, like obviously non-hostile, yada yada yada, and extend my hand. Hello.
Ridley's gonna put on his fake mustache. Very important.
I am Commodore Otlevich Shostarovich.
Ridley and Jigsaw, give me perception checks. And Jigsaw?
Yeah, hold on.
He's doing his
He-
best.
$20.
Jigsaw,
Not how.
you watch as Grissif has a knife drop out of his sleeve into his hand that appears to have a syringe on one side of it.
Can I just like walk over and pretty obviously like just take it out of his hand and like pull a flower from my own pocket and place it in his hand?
Give me a strength check.
Walks over, accidentally touches a friendly, and just poisons them.
Well, that blew ass. But I
You
tried.
walk over and try to take this out of his hand, and he looks down at you and goes, "Don't touch me," and like pulls his arm away. And it is very clear to everybody now, including you, Squall, that Grissif has a goddamn knife in his hand.
I move up.
Captain.
Now, no need for unpleasantness. I would like to hear what the young lady has to say. please.
Captain.
And I leave my hand extended as if to offer a handshake.
Viet looks at you, Sathar. Sir?
We
Go
can be
below.
civilized.
Go below deck. If she truly is an Inquisitor, I would like to hear her out.
Viet just kind of looks
Well-
at Grissif and just kind of like walks up to him and takes the knife out of his hand and then kind of grabs him by the scruff and just leaves him below deck.
He's gonna turn and look at the newcomer just very intensely, looking up and down, and kind of walks up near her and like is just like looking her over.
She'd meet his gaze with the same intensity and kind of like give
Oh.
Jack a nod, but she would not take the handshake.
Yeah, you would notice, Sathar, that when she meets your gaze, one of her eyes is entirely black like an insect's eye.
Cool.
Also got some gnarly face scars.
True. There are what appears to be bite marks on one entire half of her head.
With since I didn't put the flower in, can I like walk up and offer the flower?
Sure. I'm just
Okay.
waiting for like the jigsaw thing where like Squall reaches out to take the flower and he grabs her arm, pulls her in, just like face slams her into the boat.
Oh
Oh,
my god.
no, you know what the best part is? The only flowers he would have were the exact same flowers Ted carried on his person,
Mhm.
Yep, it's the old
which
flowers.
she had seen in the
Yeah.
circlet of flowers that he gave to Gwaine.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm gonna walk and be like, hey, I know maybe that was a little angry, like with the knife and things, but you know, I'm just a little guy. I'm just a little guy out here in this little world, and I think I need a couple of little friends. You know, I write poetry in my free. I can show you sometime. It's a little hard, but I can show you, friend. And then just offer the flower.
I will tell you, small friend, I do not underestimate small people. I have plenty of small friends who are quite capable.
I have a small friend. Her name is Becky. And I pull Becky out of my hood. Say hi, Becky. Becky just kind of yawns and curls up and goes to sleep in my hand. Okay. That's enough excitement for one day, I guess.
The Inquisition is becoming rather lax with their recruitment policy, or desperate, it appears.
Excuse you.
Hi, Finn.
You are
Hey.
welcome. You are excused. Would you like to land and at least have a meal?
Hey Sethar, what's the Inquisition?
Potential friends.
Spanish.
Better from the horse's mouth. He's gonna say, looking at the newcomer. I don't-
Malcolm's gonna have like a real look of realization on his face and be like, "Wait, what shook the boat?" And then he's gonna go over to the pontoon and investigate.
Alrighty. When you get over to the pontoon, you see a bunch of soldiers on the pontoon passing buckets and just bucket brigading, trying to bail this fucking boat out as two of the mages are down below mending the side.
Malcolm's gonna help mend the ship.
All right.
Goddamn, breaking our boat, unbelievable.
Within earshot or no?
Yeah. Well, he's on the pontoon, just like breaking
Yeah,
our goddamn boat.
if you're by the
Unfucking
front of the
believable.
ship's guy and he's on the pontoon, he'd be out of earshot of you. See,
Okay.
upside to having a ship that has essentially 3 holes is that if one of them goes down, the other two can typically still function pretty well.
Squall will fully touch down on the railing, but arms still crossed.
Go ahead.
The
Describe to
the
the
in-
boy.
The Inquisition was created for eliminating monsters who wreak havoc.
Would that list include the Dark Fatherhood?
Perhaps. None. I've never been after a Dark Brotherhood member, but I suppose.
If that's the case, you and I might be friends.
You know, somebody I met very recently also mentioned the Dark Brotherhood.
Oh? What were they
Yeah,
like?
dead, but not.
I look
Also
at
missing a
Sathar.
head. He mentioned you specifically, and she kind of shakes her head towards Sathar.
I
Well,
mean,
Rakshasa, I believe. He described you as a big cat, so I assumed Tabaxi, but
well, unfortunately, I am not just a simple tabaxi. Gonna say,
And-
looking at her.
just to make you aware, Ted was removed from this vessel after he had done enough damage to mine to sink it.
I'd believe it. He wasn't exactly a helpful guy. We just found him with our compatriot, who, Grissif over there left to die in the city.
About yay tall.
Well, without a head.
Yes.
Half elf?
Yeah, brown hair.
Oh, yeah, we saw him.
Didn't question it, obviously.
Wasn't my business or concern.
I'd assume
In my
that
line
you'd
of work,
pick
you
your...
tend to ask less questions and learn more by observation.
Hmm.
He didn't seem like an important or key player in the goings on, so I paid him no mind.
Well, you should know the man you've thrown your lot in with is also a kin killer. He murdered his own brother to try and cover his tracks. After doing that, she gestures to the burning city again, to a different city. If you want trust, you won't get it from this one. He'll turn his back on you the moment he can.
But if we want a burning city,
Oh,
What is your name, Inquisitor?
Squall.
let me teach you something on the merits of trust. You shouldn't, ever, under any circumstances.
Don't.
At least,
Good policy.
that's what my life has taught me.
All
You
true.
can have camaraderie and friendship all you like, but when it comes to matters of trust, always have assurances.
Fair enough. Thank you for the invigorating lesson.
How long have you been with the Inquisition?
Not long, to be frank. The Inquisition is a bit more of a means to an end for me.
I thought you
Ah,
said
what
does
your
that
name
end?
was Squall.
Just gonna look at Ridley after he says that your name's Frank. Just kind of take a breath. Say, so they've tricked another into hunting who they perceive to be monsters.
I think if you'd met a Kikamori, you'd think they were monsters as well.
No, I just think it's rather hypocritical that while they proceed to hunt the known Earth for creatures doing what they do, they allow true monsters in your capitals and your kingdoms to continue to reign and subjugate as many people as they see fit. All
It's like,
well
the
under
fuck you talking about?
all well under the simple guise of protecting everyone.
Bro, you're from Cali. Malum's just gonna
Yes.
shout across the deck.
And we don't hide what we do. We are very upfront about it.
But you do worse things.
Yeah,
we
you
are
kind of.
Very upfront about
Honesty
it. Is my
Tr-
entire point.
Transparency with evil doesn't make it not evil.
It does, especially when they are attempting to hunt down everything while not hunting down their own.
Aside from that, good and evil are subjective.
I don't disagree with that. I never said that we were fighting evil creatures. I said we were fighting creatures that were doing considerable harm.
You
Could
may
look
want
more
to
into the-
seriously consider looking into the Dark Brotherhood. Then.
Also potentially looking in more into the group that you've thrown your hat in with.
How about whoever took over Cali? Huh? Have you ever considered that one?
It hasn't been brought to our attention, or at least not my specific squad. That doesn't mean somebody's not investigating it.
So, to be clear, you, under the guise of, you came out here for what? Retaliation against most of the people who didn't harm you, and punched a Malum. How large of a hole?
It's pretty big.
It's also manageable though.
Punched a hole in a vessel which could have potentially killed several innocents on board. All for the guise of retribution under the name of the Inquisition.
Oh, I did this for myself.
You're like one of those vampire slayers I read about in my book. Always
Jackal
causing
chuckled
harm.
to himself.
Never doing any good, really.
Because the book's about vampires, really.
I would say taking a man out of play who uses his alchemical prowess to poison entire cities is not an unjust cause.
And those
So
that
you
get in
also
the way are
capable
fair
needs
play.
of the
enough.
many. So you would agree that the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Sure.
I look at Sathar.
He's just gonna smile. Interesting. Glad to know that the Inquisition have sunken as low as they would accuse others of. How is your friend doing, by the way?
Alive. While
Really?
we work on.
Like you've confirmed that and everything? Malum like sort of side eyes like,
Yes.
and you came from the
Impressive.
town?
Believe it or not, we have a cure for the rage if we can get to it quickly enough.
Impressive.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What is
But
this
those
cure?
of us that have been infected are immune, she says, looking directly at Grissif.
Grissif's below deck.
Yeah,
Oh,
Griffith
well.
is gone.
They made him
Oh, that's
leave.
right. He got dragged off.
Well, that'll change the finances a bit.
How many are in your party? Who
Well,
should we know is coming after our?
we don't have
What
a
is he?
problem with your group specifically.
Oh
But
no,
the
I'm
real
aware.
question here is how much will you pay for that man downstairs?
That is a very good question, Ridley. How much are you willing to pay for him?
We're not paying for him. I don't have access to the Inquisition's monetary funds, so I couldn't say.
Well, when you do, get back to us.
Yeah, you can
Until
have him.
then, we'll
You can have him when you can pay.
keep him.
Okay. If you want to hold on to him, you're welcome
Oh.
to do so.
Wait right there. I'm gonna go below deck and grab something. I've got something for you. And he's gonna say just and wanders off.
So do you know any magic?
A little. And she brings water up and kind of swirls it around her.
Oh, that's so cool. I've always wanted to learn magic.
It's something inherent in my race. You all are an odd group. I'll give you that. Though many have
Oh.
said the same about mine, so
I don't think you know the half of it.
I'm certain I don't.
That being said, I do believe you were offered a meal. And I'd imagine the swim back will be rather exhausting.
Ah,
Would you wait a
that's
moment
another
while
thing that I'm quite good at. The ocean is my home, and I've always got Tholena.
Jigsaw
always
raises his
got
hand.
what?
It's like,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
good at swimming.
The goddess of lost souls, Tholena.
Oh. I was never one to put much stock in the gods.
Never helped me. I've been lost a long time.
Oh, she doesn't help people get found, but she does give a home to people who drown.
Seems like a niche subset.
I never really have that issue when I wear these boots.
With drowning?
Yeah.
Yeah, look. I'm gonna push him.
Just push him over the edge.
Just kind of watches him fall.
He lands on the water.
Not in
Just-
it, but on it.
Yeah, on it. He just stands on it.
It's a good trick. I kind of make you some like water stairs so you can walk back up.
As I'm walking up it, the stairs just freeze. And then I just jump back onto the deck. That was rude.
Show off your little tricks.
Shoe off. Nice.
I got multiple tricks. I also have this. He pulls out a stick and it starts just glowing. I call it a flashlight.
Curious.
possess you
And
to
you're
call that.
certain that you don't have any
Ah.
magic?
No, I just have a bunch of magical items.
I kind of give her a look like he's a child and he doesn't understand, and none of us know how to tell him.
That's a lot for a look.
I
But-
literally write it on my face in tattoos.
I'm like reading your face, and then I look back at the kid because I don't think I've gotten anybody's names except for Moriarty and Sithar.
And then I
And I
also
say,
I also have this hammer.
Thar's gonna walk
lad,
up
you
the
should
stairs
put
and
that
he says,
away.
"I have this hammer," and says, "No." Just holding holding a note in his hand.
Jigsaw pulls out like a piece of parchment from his back pocket and he passes it up to the Inquisitor. He's like, I can do a trick. I like writing, but I don't read it, or else the bad things happen. He just passes the note up. Closed.
I take the note. And she just kind of looks confused and is like, I guess I'll save that for later.
So
You should show it to your friends. You
I
should publish it, actually.
I would like to say
Holy shit.
that not only did you punch a hole in our boat with no recompense, but now you're doing the discourtesy of declining a meal?
I'm gonna lean over to Jack and be like, you know we're out of that, right?
No, we have plenty of food. It's just hanging off the side of the boat.
No, I mean the special guest food.
The
No.
food straight from Cali.
I offered her a meal. You're a madman.
Hey, Jigzog, come here.
All right, I misunderstand. You're the one who just murders elves for no reason. These just
Oh,
sort of
no,
like
I had a
wanders
reason.
away.
I always have a reason.
They're elves. Jigzog.
That is not the reason.
He's gonna look at Ridley and say, "Ridley, will you come here?"
Sure. I
He's-
was gonna
he's
show
get-
off my water fireballs, but I guess.
You can do so after you hand her this note.
Ridley
Melon's
takes the
just
note
gonna look
and brings it over.
Jack dead in the eyes and say, "Let's face it, it wasn't a good reason."
When you
I-
find
No,
when
but
you
there was
find
a
your
reason.
money and want to discuss, open that.
I bring it over
All
to
right.
her and I go, my cat wants you to have this.
I'm
You just
assuming
can't help but crack a
I'm assuming
smile.
Squall laughed in character.
Oh yeah, definitely. It probably wouldn't be as outright as that, but it would definitely. There's a crack in the steely expression as she takes the second note and pockets it. Well, if you all decide that you'd rather throw your lot in with a different group and want to get rid of that man, you could also know where to, find me.
You
Tell you
do?
what?
We don't though.
Why don't you
You know-
bring
you
your
know-
friends to us, and we'll all have a conversation.
I mean, you all just left the city that we're at, but the Inquisition isn't hard to get a hold of.
Aren't they? How do you get a hold of the Inquisition?
Don't worry, I'll show you sometime. It's rather easy.
What, do you just
Like I said.
murder a village? Do they just show up?
He's
what my
he's,
dad
he's
did.
just gonna turn and stare at him.
I wouldn't recommend that one.
That's what my dad did all the time.
Shut up, kid.
Look, whether or not she's already punched a hole in the ship and we're repairing it, whether or not she sticks around, that's fine. Doesn't really have the ability to kill him here, so he can be as nonsensical as he wants. But yeah, he's right. His dad used to burn towns to the ground. Sometimes on a bet. It was really funny.
Sithar, you would know that his dad also executed a lot of Inquisitors.
Yeah, that's why it was really funny.
Curious. And I'm
What
the
is?
one on the wrong side of history.
Never said I was on the wrong side of history.
No, you
Yeah,
said
no,
I
I said you were
was.
on the wrong side of the history.
I never said that about you either.
Well, I
Pretty
guess
sure
he
you
sort of
called
implied it, didn't he?
the Inquisition hypocritical and
Correct.
a slew
Well, they
of
are,
other
as are
things.
most other large organizations.
They are
Yeah.
hypocritical. Whether or not you believe them to do good is up to the individual. However, just be aware of what they truly are at their core. I'm not saying to leave them, and if you truly align with their ideals, you may find yourself at the wrong edge of a blade someday, but that is your choice. That is most sentient creatures' existence on this plane, to make their own wrong choices and end up in one of the 9 circles. Or if you're one of the better ones, in one of the other planes.
Like a wise man once told me, every man ought to do what he thinks best.
I simply wish for you to hear out the other side. I'm not demanding you leave anything, nor am I telling you you're in the wrong for joining them. If that's truly your belief,
What if we just start our own Inquisition, and then would there be 2 Inquisitions?
well, the last time
How
that
would
happened,
that
it
help?
resulted in a bloodbath. One of the Inquisitions thought the other one was heretical. It was a whole thing.
Ridley gives Sethar a weird look. He goes, "Isn't that the point?"
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm just like that.
I
That
look
was
at
the whole
Ridley
thing.
and notice he's wearing his mustache.
I just imagine him saying, "My cat wants you to have this," with a full ass mustache stuck to his face. It's half peeling off.
Oh no, I taught him how to do it. It looks real.
Real
He's
for a
just-
fake mustache.
Yeah, real for a fake one. I don't know why, but I keep picturing the plastic ones that you used to get as a kid from Chuck E. Cheese.
Or like the Groucho Marx glasses with the
Yep. Like
Yeah.
very clearly plastic. Like as
Alright,
I said,
Steven's back. We gotta
Against my better judgment, I am willing to hear your side of the story. I have no specific love or loyalty to the Inquisition.
well, I tell you what. You have a way to contact at least me. In that note, like I said, very careful. It will work one time. Open it, follow the ritual. But Why don't you go back, talk to your group? I think everyone here would be willing to talk to you on more favorable terms, where you're not so isolated.
Where you're not attacking us, dumbasses aren't shooting crossbows at you, you know.
We also-
Also, did anybody notice who did that? He's getting thrown overboard.
I'm assuming it's going to be the dude with a hole in him.
Good call. He's getting thrown overboard.
Sorry about that kind of instinct.
Wait, is he dead? Because if he's dead, then we get more food.
Have you been getting into my food again?
What? No, I don't eat human. That's ridiculous.
He's going to turn around and look at the rest of the party and go, wasn't that dude human? Whatever. Anyways.
You know how royalty is. It's hard for them to tell sometimes.
I just kind of give you a nod like, yeah?
Very well. If you wish to speak, open the letter, talk to your group, see what they think.
Oh, just to sate my own curiosity. And over the course of
Certainly.
6 seconds, I change. Did the man you met with look something like this? And I look exactly like Ted?
Yep, that's the one. Really
Fabulous.
weird fellow. Very chaotic. Kind of a troublemaker for sure.
I change back. Yeah.
He also had some flowers like the ones your friend had.
He's
Flowers.
alive?
Well, I mean, he found his head. It's not, stuck on, but
I knew
it
we should
doesn't
have
seem
made.
to have stopped him.
I knew we should have
fuck
made
did he
him the
find
mask
that?
post. I
It's
knew
not
we should have
just-
made his body the mask post.
No, it's not stuck on. We could go find it again.
I love Malum's. How the hell did he find that?
I mean,
Oh.
you want to bring Griffith back to
Honesty.
the city. We're all back there. You can come get him.
Just to be clear, you will execute him when you get your hands on him, yes?
I'd like to, personally.
Judge, jury, and executioner?
I mean, we're just looking for a suitable reward.
If you're willing to be judge, jury, and executioner, I think we'll get along just fine.
Oh, yes.
What?
I
A reward is preferable. Funding war crimes is expensive.
I'm gonna turn and just stare at Jack.
I
now-
laugh. It was
From now past
obviously
and
a
in the
joke.
future.
Either way, you have what you need. You've done your
out
damage.
Of curiosity, I dabble a little bit in alchemy myself, and it may be prudent for me to whip up some antidote.
You
you
will
happen-
need it if you're around him. I can give you the ingredients.
And
I can
do you
tell you what
happen to
they
know
are.
what the poison is made out of?
Kikamori. It is a pheromone that is extracted directly from them.
That's not of this realm, is it?
It is. In fact, we were on the other side of the continent, before our friend was stolen, trying to help a town, as the nests have grown quite numerous, and they are monstrous creatures. I don't say that lightly. One did, take my eye. She kind of gestures to the scarring on her face, but I took one back.
I do have a request.
I'll hear it.
Not all who are called monsters are. Remember that.
Oh, I'm quite aware.
Hell, in some places, Tabaxi and Grung are considered monsters.
That's because Grung expend most of their mental power writing things down. He's gonna look at Jigsaw to see if he's passed out again.
Jigdog's standing there kind of dazed but confused. Hi, Rev.
Yeah. Anything
Well-
else you wish to accomplish during your trip?
I don't think so. I think if we've come to this pass, I will return to my group.
Well, before you go, I would like to say that after all of the unpleasantries were put aside, it was a pleasure. And I'll stick out a hand.
I'll shake it.
Jack will remember this.
It was certainly an enlightening encounter, and I do hope we're able to meet on better terms in the future.
Can't wait till the final battle happens after several character deaths, and all the characters that were here are like, I know that guy. He's a friend from work.
The big bad somehow ends up being Ted, and we're like, what the fuck?
No.
Meanwhile,
With
Ted, as
many
the big
heads.
bad. Meanwhile, Ted, as the big bad, is splitting his actions between passing out circlets of flowers and just completely exploding people.
Shit's
I've
wild.
heard worse final boss fight ideas.
I mean, yeah. Oh, aren't you adorable? Here, have a circlet. Next turn. Die! Boom.
It's just like Anakin.
Right.
Killing children?
Go to 66.
I mean, it's cool if we are. I just need to know. I need to prepare.
Technically, Ridley's just killing his peers.
True.
They probably deserved it.
All right, Squall, are you flying away?
Yep, I backflip off the edge of the boat and then shoot off.
Curiosity, with a sleight of hand, what could I have pulled off of her person? Never mind, I got an 8.
I was
I
about
didn't
to
get
say, from
shit.
shaking her hand, probably not a whole lot.
Yeah. Probably like some drift, some seaweed that was stuck to her.
I'll be a group to keep our eyes on.
Funny thing about beliefs.
We just need to create a second group and have them constantly fight that group.
Once you can shake somebody's conviction, they're far easier to manipulate.
I agree, Jack. Ridley, we don't need to create a second group.
But that would be fun.
While true, if we can talk them in to seeing our point of view, there's no greater destruction than at the hands of the righteous who believe they are in the right.
Or we could gaslight them.
That's part of it.
What did you think we were doing, child?
I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention.
You should have. You might have learned something.
Where did you pull that mustache out of, by the way, Ridley?
My pocket? What do you mean?
Have you just been reusing the same mustache?
Yeah, I only have one mustache.
A, I like it. B, 2, we'll do you want some bigger mustaches?
Oh, bigger mustache.
I'm thinking, you know, the ones that curl on the ends? What do you think?
Oh, I'd be interested. I don't know though. I feel pretty confident in this mustache.
Then keep the mustache.
Would you like something of an upgrade?
Like what?
I gently take the mustache off of his face, pull out my disguise kit, and I give him like the mustache with the curls and the pointy like chin goatee.
Waluigi stash.
Yeah, but with like the devil triangular chin goatee.
A Waluigi stash.
Does Waluigi have that?
Yeah.
Oh, well then
Yeah.
yeah.
I actually don't think he does, but in my mind he does, and that's all that matters.
I don't think he does either. I was thinking more like
No,
Guy
no, he
Fawkes
doesn't.
mask.
I swear he does. Oh no, that's just
No, I
his
think
chin.
he does.
Yeah.
Man's got that Phineas chin.
Man's got a chin that would pop bolt-ons if he tried to motorboat him. Where the fuck did that come from?
Hmm. Anyways, what are you guys doing now?
Calling the captain up top.
I'm on a boat. And it's going fast. And
Don't you dare. Viet comes back up on the deck and he looks around and he goes, all that done?
Yes.
Fantastic. The men need to get back to work.
Go ahead. I need to have a conversation with the individuals below deck.
Kind of waves the men back up onto the deck and he goes, am I a part of that conversation?
Yes.
No. No. You will be eventually, but I need to have a conversation with these 3 gentlemen and Ridley.
He kind of nods and the guys get back to work and you guys can go below deck.
Everybody coming downstairs?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
He once they're alone, he goes, the note I gave them will allow them to perform a ritual to contact me specifically. If they do, what do we want to do about it?
Kill them.
I like the
Recruit them.
initiative.
Accept their money?
Oh,
The
yeah,
enemy
yeah.
of my enemy is my tool.
If they have money, then yes, accept their money. Then we kill them.
What's the price?
Yeah,
Because
depends on the task.
what's he worth to us right now? I mean, biological weapons are pretty nice. So, what are we willing to get rid of them?
Yes, but I know how he makes them now.
And also, they're not even that effective. That ragtag nobody undid it on 2 whole towns already.
That's
What's
also
the
a good
fucking
point.
point?
You know, if they give me like a pet or something, I'll take it.
Like a human pet?
No, that's slavery.
He's gonna just stare at Ridley and go, "Are you against slavery?"
No, but that's not a pet. That's just slavery.
It's a little bit of a pet.
No, I was thinking something like an exotic pet. You know, something you wouldn't normally find.
Like a
Jigsaw
tiger.
just squints.
No,
Like
I don't
kangaroo
like a
squint.
tiger.
Like a tiger and a frog.
What are you implying here?
Jigzog, you're not a pet. Other grung can be pet, but you're not a pet.
Hell yeah.
No, you're
Name
a good
another
boy.
pet who can do poetry.
I'm pretty sure there are smart raccoons.
Dude, raccoons can be brilliant. And they have thumbs.
What did she say synthesized the bioagent?
Kikamore. It's a Kikamore pheromone.
Hey, Jigzog. When was the last time you were
Yeah.
home?
About 10 years
He
ago.
like starts he starts counting on his fingers. Yeah.
Falls asleep.
Like
Runs out of fingers.
I was gonna
Looks
say
at
only
toes.
has
Oh, shit.
8 fingers. This many plus a couple.
Welcome, Raiders. Hello, Barlow.
Yeah, I'm
Thanks
gonna
for
go
the raid. We are playing D&D. Dargons and Dungeons. Yeah, raccoons.
trash pandas, but what has thumbs?
Do you still know anyone back home that could be trusted to perform a little scouting expedition?
Yeah, I can trust a lot of people back home. Just the people who aren't grung and come into our home are not to be trusted.
Well, it's a good thing you're grung.
So what do you want them to investigate?
The Kikamore are predominantly found on your island. I'm assuming that's why that settlement was set up there. If their toxins are as reactive with the normal human biological system as they appear to be, I mean, even the poor chemist upstairs could weaponize it. Potentially, we could make something a little bit more potent, but we would need our hands on a relatively steady supply. Ergo, your friends are back home.
Are you implying you want to use my people for your poison supply?
That sounds about right.
Yes.
I don't think there was any implication there. I think that was just said.
Is that an issue?
I mean, would it be morally harvested?
You can
Are there
harvest it
nice friendly pastures?
Ethically sourced.
You can harvest it however you want. We just need a steady supply.
Yeah,
Well, no,
free range
I would-
Kikamore is fine.
I would like to ethically source our poison supply. I would like to have a green war that we're going to start soon. So
That's fine. That's if you wish to ethically source it, you can ethically source it. We just need the poison. And now that I'm thinking about it, potentially some of those outsiders, preferably not from Cali, that we could give to our good buddy Jack here to have a couple of test subjects. See what we're
ethically, of
dealing with.
course.
Also,
That one's far less ethical.
there are more than a couple psychoactive agents that we could use along with it to potentially make them more fervent in their onslaught.
What obedient?
Obedience requires magic. It can be done.
He's gonna smile and look at Malum.
Hello?
You up for a challenge?
Guys, I
You
thought we
don't
were
really
going to
get
go
my
find
point,
some
do
magic
ya?
weapons, though.
I'm not about, experimenting with magic. That's how y'all fucked the world the first time.
What do you mean we
I'm
fucked
here
the
because
world?
Did you not see the vampires on the loose? The goddamn
Malum,
like
Malum. I will explain it to you this way. You're going to help one way or the other. Either as a professor or as a test subject.
Malum, you were forced into this. What were you doing that you got captured in the first place?
I was an ambassador.
How'd that work out for you?
Poorly.
So it
Obviously.
would seem. So, like I said,
You-
would you like to be the grand professor or a test subject?
You and I both know I'm more useful than a test subject, even if I don't participate in your
No
little
need to
magic
threaten
nonsense.
our allies, even if they are hesitant. Malum, what do you want?
Well,
I doubt
first and
anyone has asked you
foremost.
that in 10 years. But what do you actually want?
We could
Besides,
probably help you out. I think we have a good say in with the king.
Oh yeah, it's dead one. I'm sure that'll be real helpful.
The king is dead. Long live the king. And I just gesture at Ridley.
Yeah. We'll see when he takes the throne. But I was excited to see my hometown. Despite what it meant putting in your hands.
what do you want? You still have yet to answer the question.
I would like a just world, but that's never going to happen. I'm more realistic than that.
Oh, it can absolutely happen. What do you
Once
think?
everyone's dead, injustice will be a thing of the past.
Think of it this way: what better way to ensure justice than with a toxin that requires obedience?
Just toxin.
Name it whatever you like, Professor.
Hikikomori venom, in my understanding, doesn't necessarily have to be fatal, or excuse me, pheromone. It
Well, I
does.
certainly hope not for obedience. That would kind of
It
defeat
would,
the point.
however, improve combat abilities of the subjects. If we can tie in a threat of obedience, potentially using the psychoactive materials I was speaking of before to aid in ensuring that everybody gets what they want. People live in a world where they're doing things that they feel are things they should be doing, all the while being wrapped around the little finger of those in control, namely us.
He's gonna put his hand up at you and then just kind of gesture to Ridley.
Yeah,
Signifying
we'll
that
see if you're
Ridley
better
is
at
capable.
convincing once we get there. As far as I understand it, we're more than a few months off from even obtaining such toxins.
He's gonna look at Jigsaw and go, "Do you need help writing a letter? How do you communicate if you all can't read?"
You know, it depends. If
Is
we if we're like far away, we just violently wave and just hope the other like gets the message. But if we're close, we like obviously can croak and stuff.
Okay. Let me put it this way. How did you communicate with the Grung on the front line at distance?
So there's this system, right? Where about every like I don't know, a couple of so miles, you would just have like a person set up. Um, and then we would violently wave if something bad happened. And
No
it would
wonder
just
why
be
they lost
sent
the
down the
war.
line. It would ultimately be sent down the line. Now, at some point
How
when
did you hold your territory for as long as you did? Jesus.
if one person got shot, you'd either just have to get a grung with really good vision, or you just obviously have like issues with a bit of communication. But I think, you know, it worked out for at least like 10 minutes.
Okay, do you know somebody on land who I could have somebody tell so that they could start this chain of trying to find your friends?
I mean, I can find my own friends.
That would require us to turn around, my boy.
I think you underestimate my capability.
Also, Malum. I venture to say that there's a fair bit of the pheromone on board this vessel right now.
Assuming it's not refined.
Unrefined and
Even if it is refined,
quite possibly
that'll allow
true.
me to reverse engineer it,
It's true.
in theory.
Did the guy bring on a bunch of cargo?
He did. We can ask the captain about it in a moment. I just want to make sure that no one's overhearing what we don't need them to. But
Mm-hmm.
Jigsaw, if I were to
Yeah.
send a if I were to have somebody on land near Schnung that was able to
Of course.
communicate with one of your friends, how would they find them?
Well, I mean,
They just wave violently.
violently wave. No,
Jigsaw, I sent you a
honestly,
message.
yeah, they'd probably kill them. So I believe, right, in the best interest there's a hideout, right, where it's sort of a refugee place for the last bits of survivors, and only other Grung are able to enter said location. So I feel like it's a personal mission here. You can send me with a small group of sailors if you wish, but the waving system kind of was demolished when we lost that war. Our system of professional waivers were kind of slaughtered in the masses.
The funny thing is, okay, in the real world, there was a telegraph system with things that looked like windmills that would basically put out different flag positions, like flagmen, that all meant different things. And they got near instant communication between Paris and several outlying areas because they would visually identify and just copy the message. The one of the first stock market fraud schemes was set up using this system. They'd pay someone in the middle to throw in some extra shit and then do the thing to fix it. But at the end, the guy at the end of the line would get the message, and they were able to pass messages back and forth across vast distances quickly that way. It seemed relevant.
Dingo.
So you wish to leave then, Jigzog?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Would you return? Once you have finished your
I
mission?
mean, what reason would I have to leave?
I don't
Well,
know.
they
You
were
spent
just
a lot of
threatening
time
my
passed
life.
out.
Yeah, but we like him.
I
Fair
mean,
enough,
here
fair enough.
I have paper, I have a pen. I mean, I don't think you can ask for any more in life, personally.
Dingo, roll deception. Sathar and Jack, roll insight.
Rip.
I got a 13.
Roll me deception,
on.
Jigsaw.
This deception. Oh fuck!
Sathar, you believe him. Jack, he's very obviously lying.
But to what end?
To get you to let him leave.
So why do you want to leave, Boyo? And why would you lie to me?
I miss my home, man. You have your people slaughtered and taken away from your family, and then you look me in the eyes and tell me you don't want to go back.
I can adamantly tell you I have watched my family be slaughtered, and I don't want to go back. I've been back several times. It is not what you
Yeah, but
left.
you're from hell.
So is his family. It's a vicious cycle.
And for some of us, there is no going back.
Oh yeah?
See,
I kind of can't go back.
Your city
so-
get crushed by a mountain too?
No, I just got fundamentally changed through a
Hmm.
decade of horrific experimentation.
Oh yeah. City's still there though.
Entire family died, Mel, when the city crushed the mountain crushed the city.
Eh. Most of them. The king informed me of a daughter that apparently was still kicking around over a touchstone, hence me being here. But can't
were you
imagine she's still around given your whole, coup. So,
I mean, she wasn't royalty, and there's no reason to kill. Well, not no reason, but there's a chance she's alive.
Yeah, well,
Most of the civilians had no reason to die in what normally amounts to a coup. Just heirs to the throne.
In fact, civilians are almost required to be left alone, otherwise the entire chain of civilization falls apart. And then instead of a coup, you get anarchy. And a free-for-all is bad for business.
true. But the king's personal prisoner.
Enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Or my tool.
Like I said, good chance.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll figure that one out later, won't we?
Jigzog, if you care to leave, we aren't holding you here. You can speak freely.
I
If
mean,
you want to go,
it's
you're
just
free to go.
that idea of uncertainty of what remains back there, and that holding out of hope, is the only thing driving me.
How long would you need?
PT, how far are we away?
Not that
Would you
far.
say?
Considering that we just had somebody fly out to us and fly back, I'm going to assume we're relatively close to
You
shore.
are within sightline of the shore.
I would say 2 weeks max.
Malum,
Yes.
one of the few things, well, one of the many things I'm not very good at. Teleportation, how does it work?
Oh, that's a little bit above my pay grade. I always took a ship.
That's fine. I am asking you, as a scholar, how does teleportation work? I'm not asking you to do it.
Well, I mean, it mostly just, it involves really expensive diamonds, maybe.
Do we
Um,
have to know where the ship is?
Yes.
Exactly?
Explain yourself. What's your goal here?
Theoretically. If we are able to find somebody in Shrung who was able to teleport us, we could accompany Jigzog to view his town, get his fill, and then continue our voyage as if we had never left.
Well, if you put some sort of divination scribings on the ship, you'd
Let's
be able to locate
just
it
say
at
I will
any
be able
moment.
to locate the ship forever. And would that be possible?
To locate to a place that you know, yeah.
No, the
Or teleport.
teleportation.
So long as you know the destination, it seems doable to me.
Jigzog, are there many powerful? Well, there's Kali military there, but are there many powerful mages in the Grung society?
Actually, there's a whole rebellion group that was kind of based on sort of witchcraft and wizardry. Personally, wasn't my forte because
You had
they
a
were a
hard
bit
time
of
reading.
radicals. No, fuck you. They were quite radical in their beliefs, so they were sort of banished in a sense, but their presence could still be there.
Does anyone have any issue with accompanying Jigzog back to his home for 2 weeks while the ship continues? Mainly so that other party does not. Well, maybe that would be a good chance to chat.
It may be. In addition to that, it may render us an opportunity to acquire some ingredients.
Also true. There are many advantages to staying there, as well as having the boats continue so that we can reach Malum's homeland a little sooner. Does we either do this collectively or not at all? Does anyone have any issues?
I have
Well,
no
I've
issue.
clearly been deprived the opportunity of choice in the first place, so carry on.
Malum,
Malum,
speak up. This is your choice. If you wish to return, or you wish to leave, I'm not going to prevent you.
Your life is your own. And
There's no-
for all
there's
of the
no
jest,
Not
point.
according to you, Jack.
for all of the jest, I have no ill will towards you. You've been a faithful companion and, in some ways, a friend. I'm just an asshole.
Very well.
And I smile.
Yeah. Malm's just gonna roll his eyes, but we shall accompany the Grung home. It is not something I would deprive him of.
He's going to look at Ridley and say, I hear there's some pretty exotic pets out in Trung.
Don't worry, I was already thinking that.
Captain. He's
Sir?
just going to yell and then realize he's
Yeah?
downstairs and then yell louder so that it goes up the stairs.
Oh, not me. Sorry. I'm so used to.
Does he come down?
Yeah. He just pops his head down below. Sir?
We need a dinghy, and we need you to continue sailing the requested destination. We'll be back in 2 weeks.
I can have a skiff take you ashore and wait for you, sir. They're the fastest ship in the fleet.
Very well. You all gather your belongings. There is something I need to do, and Sathara is going to wander off.
Professor Malum will start inscribing some runes on the deck of the ship
I just
for a
look
locator spell.
questioningly and say, belongings? And I pick up my backpack. All right, I'm ready.
Ridley in the corner, packaging all of his books back up.
And also saying goodbye to Vone.
Bonet looks at you and he goes, I am sure I will see you soon, lad.
Of course, of course.
I do want to talk to Vittel? Viet? That's it. I had some of the letters right.
The stupid Frenchman.
Viet,
How can I help you?
when I come back, there's some things I'd like to talk to you about. It seems you've been doing this longer than I.
Perhaps that is the case. And what of the human?
Which one?
The new one. He kind of gestures at Grissif, who's just kind of sitting in a chair on the other side of the room.
That's not really his cousin, brother?
I second this question.
Relationship is relative when you're a goddamn changeling.
I mean, super fair. Well, we need to go speak in private for a moment.
Alright. And he kind of follows you to, like, a different room still underneath.
Right.
What's
Walks
going
2
on?
feet, turn around.
I have unlocked the method in which he makes his weapon.
I find that unlikely.
I don't. I also know how to make an antidote for it.
Well, I knew there was that. That's why he wanted a ride.
Are you familiar with the Kikamore?
Yes.
It's souped up Kikamore pheromones. That's all it is.
Okay. As far as I know, Grissif's the first man who's ever harvested pheromones from a Kikamore. And I don't know if he's told anyone else how to do it. Anyways, him and that vampire have been talking since he came down below.
Well, you'll have no trouble from Vonet.
No. But I'm more what I'm more concerned about is that he appears to have been giving my cousin ideas.
This is my request. From me to you, and as a favor to the one who so rambunctiously punched a hole in our ship. While we're gone, feed him to the sharks. It can be an accident.
His cousin brother.
I've known him longer than I've known you.
Fair. But you and I both know there is no trust for a man who's willing to wipe out an entire town.
I don't have to trust him. I just have to trust his science.
Look, I'm saying, for the safety of everyone here, either find a way to control him and be the man in charge, or feed him to the sharks. Otherwise, I see dangerous things in the future.
He'll be off the boat when you get back.
Fabulous.
Alright, so are you guys boarding the skiff and heading back to shore?
Yeah?
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So you guys board a much smaller ship, and as it turns around, it catches the wind and heads much more rapidly towards shore until it stops just like 60 yards offshore, and they take you by rowboat in and let you know that they will be waiting for your return.
While we're on the skiff, I hold out my hand in a way where only Sithar can see it. It says, I've handled Grissif. He won't be a problem.
And that red dot on your guys' map is where you just landed.
All right. He's going to tell the boarding party that they don't need to wait for him and they need to return to the ship and continue sailing.
Aye, sir. All right. So you guys are now on the coast of this arid, well, not really arid, arid's the wrong word, tepid swamp. There's very brackish water all around you. There's no real clear path into the trees. Jigzog, you feel right at home.
Hell yeah.
Oh, after you, Jigzog.
Alright. Can I start leading the way to the last known place where I saw everyone?
Yeah, roll
AKA
survival.
the big cave.
I don't know why I figured all of the grung had like a magnetic pull in their head that put them back home.
Well,
Like birds.
oh
Yeah.
Why did you roll it twice?
take the first one.
All right. I can't see the first one.
Yeah, the first one didn't actually roll. I think it was an error.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty. Well, you Jigzog kind of looks up at the stars and kind of looks around like up and down the beach, and then just seems to pick a direction and heads off into the jungle.
That sounds about right.
Just can I do a basic check? Like we see the burning city still, yes?
I mean, you can see smoke on the horizon.
Can I make an educated, like, based off of where that is, where I know it's on the island and which way is like inland? Can I make an educated guess about where he's heading?
He's heading away from the water, and that's pretty much all you could ask for.
You know, fair.
Snug's
Alright,
at the
I'll
center
follow.
of this
Stops and
continent. All you have to do is go away from the water.
He stops and like whips his head around. He's just like, "Are you doubting my navigation capabilities in my own home?"
Trust but verify.
He just keeps walking
was.
further and further into the jungle.
So as you guys trudge your way through the swamp, the sun begins to shine through the trees, revealing beams of light. As the light hits parts of the moss-covered water, it shows just how clear it is to the bottom. Fish and birds are barely disturbing the water's surface, but will sometimes jump at the prospect of their next meal. And then there are vines that hang down from the trees that look as if they're standing several feet above the water as their roots are holding them up like spiders' legs.
Hang on. Jigzog,
Mhm.
are there assassin vines here?
I mean, when you're 3 feet tall, you don't really have to worry about vines that creep down that low.
Are you incapable of answering the question or being difficult?
Yes, he
Fabulous.
just smirks.
I will be careful to avoid vines.
Noted. Sathar is going to say while he is in the back talking with Ridley about the potential exotic pets and what they could get.
Oh, also, I would like to justify my knowledge of assassin vines in that I'm a rogue and they're a very useful tool if used properly.
True.
Sethar talking to Ridley. I'm looking for max damage.
Is
Why
it-
don't you roll me a D100?
On it.
A
60.
As you guys are walking through the jungle, from the north, quite close, you hear the screech of a banshee.
Oh, bother.
Sounds like home.
Yeah, they come around every once in a while.
How many things have you had die here that banshees are this big of a problem?
Well, to be fair, there was a war fought on this exact soil, so
There was actually probably banshees in that war.
That's true.
Yeah.
So are these just AWOL soldiers?
They could be.
Do we need to go punish them?
Are they forming an AWOL nation? Maybe we should have set sail.
can we knock him out for that one?
I would
GT?
like. I would.
I mean, how are you guys trying to knock him out?
This
don't
will be
know.
remembered.
Jack will remember that.
Wait, are they trying to knock me out?
No.
No.
Oh.
But they should have.
I like the disappointment there.
Alright, as you guys continue through the swamp, after about a day's journey, the sun begins to set on the horizon.
I would like to say that while we're going, I'm looking for very specific types of mushrooms and other flora.
Alright, give me a nature check.
I would argue that since it's 4 poisons and poison is a wisdom skill, is nature a wisdom skill?
Then roll
No, it
survival.
is not. I was going to say I would argue for either survival or perception.
Yeah, roll survival.
16.
Alright, with a 16, you will find this. There you go. I will edit that to split up the two different things.
Okay.
There you go. There's your magical plants that you found here.
Yo.
All right. So, are you guys stopping to make camp?
Yes.
Alrighty. How are you guys splitting up
Okay,
watches?
can you annotate what the purpose of the first thing is?
It just holds heat super well. If you stick it in a fire, it'll retain the heat of the fire for a couple weeks.
And I'm assuming that I can use it as a balm to apply to weapons to inflict burning damage at that point? If it's fire hot?
I mean, I hadn't thought of it like that, but it's more for like, you can light one fire and put this shit in it, and then cook your food for weeks on end. It's like a survivalist tool.
Gotcha, okay.
Alrighty. How you guys
Sathar
doing,
will take
watchers?
first watch. Sathar will take first watch sitting out by the fire, and if Ridley is using him as a pillow, like, they're just by the fire. Unless Ridley is doing something else.
What are you doing, Ridley?
No, that's fine.
Alrighty.
He's just writing his journal and then sleeping.
Who's taking second watch?
I'll take second watch.
Third watch?
I'll
I'll
take
do
third.
third watch. Oh.
And you
yeah.
taking fourth, Jigsaw?
Yeah, I'll do fourth.
Alrighty. Sathar, give me that perception check.
For sure. That button.
You can't make the king take a watch in his own camp. So as the sun sets, Sathar, and everybody kind of falls asleep around you, the forest kind of comes alive, and you can hear the hooting and hollering and clacking of all sorts of nocturnal animals. Not literally alive, like the sound in the forest.
I
kicks
no,
in.
I understand.
Well, I saw Dave's face, and Dave's face looked like he was concerned the forest had just come to life.
No. My face was, I'm reading about the potion I can make with the second one and wondering what other ingredients I need.
Yeah.
Because for my character, that's a little fucking broken.
Yeah. Good luck finding all the components you need, though. Alright, so Sathar, other than this kind of noise, you can't really detect anything. Nothing happens during your shift.
Alright.
Waking up, Malum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, I see.
Malum, give me that perception check.
Sounds like a plan. Oh my lord.
Not a lot seems to be going on outside, like nothing really changes between when you wake up and when you fall asleep, but the fire does begin to run low on fuel about halfway through your shift.
I'll top it off.
Alrighty.
Ain't getting cold. That's unacceptable.
Yeah, well, it's actually not that cold in this, tropical rainforest.
I'm not letting it get dark. That's also unacceptable.
Fair. Alright, how are you waking up, Moriarty?
Yo, I'm just gonna walk up, stand right next to him. Yo, it's your shift, bro.
Huh? Alright. I'm up.
Great. And then he's gonna walk away.
While I
I hope
take
this bitch actually got up.
while I take my watch, I would like to look at the different things in my poisoner's kit and see what I can do to concentrate the second item that I acquired.
So, you would know, just from general knowledge of making poisons, that all you need to do to concentrate this is grind it up, mix it with water, and heat it.
Cool. I'll work on that while I'm
Alrighty, give me that perception check.
an 8.
As you are working on this beside the fire and kind of like looking up and glancing around to keep watch, you look down, and when you glance back up, you realize that the forest around you has gone silent.
That's bad. I will now actively look.
Give me an investigation check.
Much better, 17.
You see that around your camp, there are several large creatures that are kind of like prodding at the perimeter of this light.
Can I make them out enough to get an idea of what type of creature?
They look like giant bugs.
Who hasn't taken a watch yet?
Jigsaw
Me.
and Ridley.
I'm gonna casually wake up Sathar.
He's like, without opening his eyes, just gonna go like quietly. What?
We might have a problem. I need you to look at this. They seem to be wary of the light, but I don't know how long it'll hold them at bay. The entire
He's gonna-
forest has gone quiet at their arrival, though.
He's gonna open his eyes and look around. With him having made the investigation check, can he just point them out?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm 100% going to point them
Okay.
out.
Do I know what they are?
As they start drifting closer to the camp, I'll show you what they look like, but you don't know what they are.
Okay.
It's gonna be in your guys's the group chat.
Oh, fuck.
But no, you don't know what they are.
No, but it's not what I was hoping it was.
He's gonna
Does
open
Malum
his
the
eyes.
Scholar know when he wakes up? I guess he doesn't know yet.
He's gonna open his eyes and just very calmly say, "I will watch them." Very calmly stand up and go wake up Jigzog.
Alrighty. Jigsaw, you feel yourself being woken up what feels like much earlier than when your shift should be.
Dude, I was supposed to like start like in at least an hour. What do you want?
That's to you, Dave.
I point at the giant fucking bugs and go, do you know what the fuck those are? Because they look like they want to eat us.
Oh. Wait, I'm able to see them, right?
Yeah, when he points them out, you can see them.
Oh shit. Okay, okay. And he just like starts like frantically grabbing shit around him and like his supplies. It's like, okay, long story short, those are basically Kikamori, and basically they want to eat us. So we should hightail it the fuck out of here.
Okay.
And he just like has everything. And he's like, yeah, there's a lot of things the Grunt can fight, but that is not a thing that we can do with these things. It's like grabbing, still packing his shit.
Can they climb?
I mean, the big ones can't climb well. Small ones, sort of.
Is there an opening in a direction in which we can flee?
I mean, so they are so surrounding you guys is when you like assuming you made a clearing around your fire. It is
Yeah.
you guys, the edge of your fire, like the edge of your camp. And there are trees within the light of your camp, and these things are further back in the tree line outside of the firelight.
Right, but like, is there a direction that we can leave in where there isn't one of these things?
They're moving around a lot, so if you timed it right, you could really go any direction, but you'd have to time it right.
Do they not like fire? Really just looks around.
Jigsaw, you would know that they absolutely hate fire.
Because I can change our environment a little bit.
I'll be right at home.
Wait, they hate fire.
I pull out a stick.
Blast blade.
I pull some goo out of a vial. Like, it's almost like a clay substance, I would assume.
Yeah.
And I throw it in the fire.
It begins to brightly glow after several minutes.
If it sticks to kids, it sure as shit should stick to this. No one got that reference. Never mind.
Napalm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has anybody woken up Malum or Ridley yet?
I would have
Yes.
woken up Malum. And I think Sathar said he waking
Yeah.
up Ridley.
Ridley
I'm
is
doing my part.
physically on top of me. It would have been hard not to.
Hey, Finn, thanks for the sub. I appreciate it. Alrighty, so what are you guys doing?
Oh, fuck.
Well, Ridley starts taking out his wand of fireballs.
I'm going to, after it has absorbed all of the heat that it needs to, I'm going to apply it to my rapier.
What are you what are you holding it with when you apply it? Are you just like sticking your rapier in the fire?
No. So poisoners kits come with thick, heavy leather gloves, the same kind of blacksmith would use.
That would work. The
'Cause, you know-
remnants of it are stuck to your glove, though, Dave.
That's fine. I can acquire more gloves.
Mm-hmm.
But now my sword is essentially on fire.
And also,
oh fuck!
it's
How am I
shedding
gonna
light.
put it away?
Yeah. You're gonna have to hold it out for a couple weeks.
That's fine. I'll rig something
Man
up.
just walks around with his sword in his hand for 3 weeks. Puts it down, starts a forest fire. Sorry, we gotta keep moving again.
But I now effectively have a flaming sword, so
Should be a really effective machete to get through the brush.
right?
Except it's a rapier, so it's only as effective as burning your way through damp bushes.
Also accurate.
Alright, so you guys watch as Ted just smears this, like,
Not Ted.
almost yellow...
Not Ted.
Jack. Spreads this
Hi, how are you?
Spreads this almost yellow-looking, like, glowing slime on his rapier.
Fair enough.
I look at Sathar and I go, poison is relative.
I agreed.
So what's the plan? Should it burn down this entire forest?
Jigdog?
Honestly, I'm just gonna climb because in situations like this, what we used to do, this happened quite a bit during the war, and this is where got a little complicated when we had the waivers. But honestly, the rule of thumb is just climb the nearest tree, and then scream to alert the others. But I mean,
Okay, we're not doing that. Instead, I'm going to figure out their movement patterns and find us an opening to get the fuck out of here.
I've got a potentially better idea. Jigdog, how smart are these things?
I'd argue intelligence is quite relative. I think I'm quite the smart individual personally.
How
So,
smart are they
compared
compared to
to-
you?
They're pretty dumb.
Okay. Minor illusion. Somebody running out of camp into the darkness. We run the other direction. Or just minor. I don't think I can do an actual person with minor illusion. I think I can do a scream.
I think he's waiting on one of you to give thoughts on that plan.
Yeah.
I mean, I can just scream
The problem
myself.
is a loud noise could attract more predators.
Yeah.
Hey Ridley, why don't you set the forest on fire?
Please.
No, let's
I've
not
been
do that.
waiting for
Let's
this.
not do that. Let's not do that.
I withdraw my rapier from a tree. We're not doing that? I'm okay with doing that.
I
From the
mean,
bottom of my heart, I would truly appreciate it if we don't burn down my home.
I mean, it won't burn down the entire. I mean, this is a big jungle, right?
It's pretty large.
I don't think it's gonna burn down the entire.
Hold on. Do they attack?
Forest.
So will they stay away from light?
You haven't tested it out yet, so you don't know.
I was asking Jigsaw, who probably would know.
Yes, yes, they do not like the light.
Is it light or fire?
Do they dislike sunlight then?
They are nocturnal creatures.
Right, I'm going back
Okay.
to bed. Don't let the fire go out. As
Can-
Malin pulls out his sleeping bag and just plops down next to the fire.
I'm gonna look around to see how much firewood we have.
I mean, you have there's a decent amount that you could gather that's within the like.
There's still probably half of that shit in the fire.
Yeah,
And the
whatever
remnants
he
of my
couldn't
glove.
get out with the glove.
And the remnants of one
As
of
long
my
as
gloves.
you keep throwing burnable material on it, it will continue to burn.
Well, I'm asking, what do we have as burnable? How
Oh,
much?
you guys have
burnable
plenty
material?
to get through the night within range.
Oh, then yeah, I say we just wait them out. If they sleep during the day, our goal is either to build bigger fires at night or stop using fires, but preferably larger fires.
I mean, I know the biggest fire.
Ridley, next time we need a large fire, you're my guy.
I withdraw
promise.
my sword from the trees again.
So
Alrighty.
Jigsaw, will us just sleeping through the night work?
Jigsaw is muted. But yes, it should, based on everything he's told you.
I mean, the logical issue with this though is, and this was a big problem during the war that we slightly used to our advantage as well. There are more than just these creatures here. There's quite a variety of predators.
How
this
long do
jungle.
we have from here to Schnung? God, why do you guys name things so weird?
You come from a place called Cali.
I do not. I resided in Cali.
Same thing. The point still stands.
So what
We
else do we
make
have
it
to be
simple.
fearful of?
Well, there's raptors.
Ooh, I want one. Can we capture one of those?
Birds or lizards? Important distinction.
I suppose both would scare a frog.
Both. Birds and lizards.
Because while I'm not particularly afraid of the flying fuckboys, the lizards hunt like wolves but are much more dangerous, if what I've heard is true.
They took out a whole battalion of waivers.
Jigsaw, no offense, but I could take out a whole battalion of waivers.
I'd like to see you try. Though they were pretty strong. When they were waving all day, you should have seen their muscles. They were pretty ripped, personally.
Yes, but it's easy to kill something that can't see you. Which is precisely how those types of predators hunt.
So do all of them fear the fire? And how long do we have before we don't have to deal with this anymore?
Well, once we get to Shenang, that we should, logically speaking, be safe. Whether it
Speaking
be
of
under...
which, when we get to Schnung, you said that they like to kill outsiders.
Yeah?
We're
Are they going to try to
outsiders.
kill us?
I turn into a grung.
I mean... I can try and convince them not to, but I can't promise anything.
Dingo Discord. There are now two. What color grung are you turning into, Dave?
Whatever fucking color Jigsaw is.
So a green one.
Yeah, I think the best possible route in order for this to work would be to say you guys are prisoners. And see if I can get you in that way.
I've known to play quite a convincing prisoner in my day.
I mean, I should hope you had what 10 years of practice.
Yes, that is the joke, good sir.
I also had 10 years of practice being a prisoner. That was no slight at you.
Hey, Jigdug, where is the nearest Cali encampment?
Hal encampment?
Yes.
It's a little bit of a mixed bag here because I feel like if we went to a Cali encampment, I would be treated as a hostile in that situation.
You wouldn't, not at Ridley's word.
Aren't we all treated as hostiles right now in Cali?
Ridley has a bounty on his head set by the powers that be.
Right.
Remember?
God, this was so much
Damn,
easier
it's
than
rough
Nessus.
not being the king's little boy, isn't it?
I turn and stare at Mel. You know, I could always take all of you back to Nessus with me.
That doesn't sound necessary.
I think
Good
it
joke.
could be a good time. Conjugals with succubi for everybody, except you. And I look at Ridley.
That's not really what happens in Nessus.
I mean, it could.
Succubis don't tend to go down to that layer. They're generally on 3.
Oh, in the Iron City. Yeah. That would stand to reason.
All right. So you guys.
I feel like at some point Sithar will be shocked with my understanding of at least somewhat of hell.
He would be if he didn't just assume that hell was a common knowledge place with, because in his mind, so many mortal inhabitants have strived for so much power. Straved. I don't know what that was. That they've already dealt with a lot of the demons, so like the layers he assumes are like common knowledge. So if he references them, he just assumes everyone knows what he's talking about.
Fair enough.
You're also like resided in Cali, so
That's also true.
Alrighty. So you guys make it to sunrise, and as the sun starts to come up, you can hear these large bugs just like scrabbling through the woods as they head back to wherever they came from.
Want to trace them to their cave?
No.
He's gonna look at
Maybe.
Jack.
Might be
Depends
able to
how.
get some pheromones when they sleep.
Yes, but I would like to learn more about them and their physiology before we attempt that.
I would more so just like to know where they sleep so that we could come back with the expendables.
Also a good point. Very well. Let us at least out to find out where be monsters.
How easy are these to locate?
The
Jigdog?
track. Well, so the tracks they left in the mud that you guys can all clearly see are about 9-inch deep and 8-inch wide imprints.
There are also large creatures traveling through somewhat dense
terrain.
wet
Yeah.
jungle.
That wasn't my question. Could we find these? Mine were, how common are they? Should we waste our time doing this, or should we ask people in Schnung, hey, where is the nearest nest? And they'll just be like, oh, it's right here. Or they'll wave violently at us, and Jigzog will relay to us where the exact geographical coordinates are.
Dingo, you'd know these things are all over the forest.
Yeah, no, they're moderately common. I mean, if you walked enough, you'd find it.
Then let's not waste time.
Very well, onwards to Schnung.
All right, y'all head down. Y'all head down the path, and somebody give me a D100 roll.
I got it. $82.
82,
50.
52.
5 Yeah.
What? Okay. How many of you are there? 5? I'll roll
I'm
a
sure we'll die,
d10.
but
Who
that's
wants to
okay.
be 1 and 2?
I'll be 1 and 2.
Who wants to be 3 and 4?
Yo.
Sure, I'll be 3 and
Oh.
4.
Who wants to be 5 and 6?
I feel like that's got Jigsaw, and then
Yeah.
Ridley and I will take the back end.
Alright, you want 7 and 8 or 9 or 10, Jackson?
I'll take 7 and 8.
Who's taking what?
I'm
Alright.
taking 9 and 10.
Alright. I rolled an 8.
Okay, what happens to me?
A burst of purple energy flies out of the trees and strikes you in the chest, dealing 14 damage.
Ow.
With a 19 Arcana, do I know that's Eldritch Blast?
With a 19 Arcana, you know that came from a plant.
What?
What the fuck does Schnung have?
Do I see the plant?
Yes, it is a low-hanging, like, it is a vine that has a large blossom on it, and the blossom is now glowing faintly purple.
Does that plant have any alchemical properties that I could find useful?
You know that it can be used to enhance the effects of some poisons, but there are also, like, 15 or 16 more bulbs on this plant that are opening up.
Hey guys, we should move. That thing's about to unload on us.
Really? He's
Yeah.
gonna say as he's like recovering from a blast to his chest.
I'm gonna hide
It
behind the
isn't
nearest
broken.
tree.
Get up. We got shit to do. And I just take cover behind a tree and wait for it to expend the rest of these 16 bulbs it has.
He's gonna look at you behind the tree and say, "Keep moving. That thing hurt a lot more than one of it not going through wood. You don't want to get splinters. Go."
We need that plant.
Thar is going to
I can collect seeds to grow more in areas where it could be useful to have, things randomly blow up on our enemies. And it's a potent ingredient for improving poisons.
Jigsaw common. Yes, no.
Jigsaw, it is absolutely
No.
not, and it is very dangerous and predatory.
Yeah.
Fuck.
No.
Fireproof.
We can't burn it. It'll be rendered completely useless.
It's a large plant. We can burn some of it.
Not how plants work. And the parts you want to burn, those are the parts I need.
The seeds?
Yeah, the blossoming flowers are where the seeds are held, and those are the dangerous part.
Oh. I was meaning it stands to reason if you blow up the base.
Take cover. I got this.
All right. He's gonna hide. Is there like a ditch or something? Like,
I mean, the water is about knee deep.
he's not getting in the water. Is there like like a cliff or anything?
Not,
Like, against-
not really. Besides the fact that there's water here, it looks relatively flat all the way across.
Well, fuck. it.
Also,
I'm gonna-
the odds of this thing blasting through a tree, pretty small.
he's gonna grab Ridley and go behind as many trees as he can.
All right, you ready for the fucked up bit?
You gonna shove Jigsaw out into the field?
Nope. I'm a mastermind. Masterminds are all about planning. I'm gonna make a plan.
Good plan.
Well, I'm gonna roll an insight to help me plot a path that will draw aggro from it, but make it the least likely to hit me. And I'm going to use acrobatics to follow that path.
Okay, so give me the insight check to plot your path.
It's 15.
Alrighty. So you think you have a pretty good path picked out. Give me the acrobatics check.
By the way, PT, Malum is
Fuck, I
casting
rolled a 2 on the
Sanctuary
die. It's a
himself.
5. Hang on. I might have a thing that lets me re-roll that. No, I don't. I'm not Ted. God damn it. This is why I need the other chemicals for that potion.
What are you casting, Malum?
Sanctuary on himself.
What does that do?
Anytime a creature tries to attack me, they have to succeed on a wisdom save or choose a new target.
Alright. So
There's an important word there.
I cannot believe I'm about to roll to hit Ted at disadvantage 16.
Still not Ted.
Or he said Ted. It's his fault, not mine. I cannot believe that I'm about to roll to hit Jack 16 times.
Are we about to just watch this man say, "I've got this," and just die?
Well, so
Maybe.
the plant's rolling at disadvantage. But statistically, it'll hit him in 32 rolls at least once. There's the first one.
Oh, hang on. I would also like to point out that since I am not taking an attack action, I can use my attack action to take a defensive maneuver, increasing my armor class.
By how much?
I believe it's 2 in 5th edition.
Check it. I'm pretty sure defensive maneuver is something you have to take that's from a class.
Isn't it the dodge action?
Oh, or I could just take dodge.
Which would give them disadvantage, but you can't double disadvantage.
Right.
Aurora, stop.
Can I shield
Well,
my
you're
eyes when I
lucky
see-
that first one was at disadvantage.
Can I shield my eyes, put on my hand, and cast shield on him?
Sure. Buff his AC even more.
+5 to AC.
Oh, okay, so that puts my armor class at 20.
How long does it last for?
Until his next turn.
Okay. So we're gonna do, it's gonna be 3 turns to cross this field. It's gonna take 5 shots per turn, Dave. Second one?
They didn't carry over stances from 3.5 to 5e. What the fuck?
They did not. Which, you're really
So-
lucky it's rolling at disadvantage, because it's rolled 2 nat 20s so far.
Oh, fuck.
It's missed the other 2. Okay. Okay.
Its first 5 don't hit you, but the shield goes away as you duck behind a tree and get ready for your next sprint.
Alright, let me...
Plants take psychic damage.
I don't think they're smart enough to.
Yeah, see, I'm banking on them not having a wisdom at all, so they just can't hit me. As Malum's just like standing there watching.
And I'm assuming now I make another acrobatics check,
Yep.
since it's another movement.
Well, I was gonna let your acrobatics just roll for the whole thing.
Well, I rolled really bad. I'd rather roll separately every time. This one's a 14, so it's
Alright.
much better.
Yep, it's still gonna have disadvantage to hit you.
Right.
PT, can you see what it look check?
I saw it. I'll read it in a second.
Is this considered a creature by chance, or is this?
You watch as one of the bulbs trying to hit you blows off another one.
Yes! The whole point of having a plan.
Does a 16 hit you?
Barely. Hang on, what's the dodge action do?
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage, which you can't double disadvantage.
That's right. Fuck.
You take 16 damage as one of the bolts just slams you in the shoulder.
Ow!
Hurts, does it?
Little bit!
So 1,
You'll do fine.
2, 3, 4. Alright, that's 1 more. And you watch as it blows off another bulb. It double crit failed that one. That was impressive. So-
benefits of having a good plan.
You kind of get up against a tree, and there's just this like sickening, crackling purple energy on your shoulder, but it doesn't hurt anymore. Just looks like remnants.
Ugh.
Give me an
believe a
acrobatics
plant just came on
check
me.
for your final stretch.
7. But I still have the plan working in my advantage.
True. So there are 4 shots left that this plant has. 3 of them will be at disadvantage. 1 of them will not.
Okay.
First disadvantage shot. 7 does not hit.
Nope.
Second disadvantage shot. 9 does not hit.
Nope.
Third disadvantage shot. 10 does not hit. Oh, I'm rolling
Nope.
a d12 again. I fucked it up.
That's okay. You already said the first 3 don't hit.
Okay.
I was gonna say those were
Does
good
the
rolls
17
for a
hit you?
D12.
Yep, I'm dead.
You take 6 more damage.
I have 1 HP.
He is just behind. You guys can all see him just behind this last tree. Just.
I'm gonna cast healing word on him.
Ridley peeks
Do it.
between his fingers and goes, "Is he alive?"
Do it.
All right. Roll healing word.
Oh fuck! I told you I got
Cast.
this.
Yeah, cast it.
Yeah, I pressed the button. Do you want me to roll the
Oh,
thing?
it didn't work for me. I don't see it. There it is.
Yes, roll the help.
9.
There you go. And then repercussions.
Yeah, because it's holy magic. Well, not holy magic, but it's,
Oh, yeah.
it's
Uh,
life magic.
Roll me a d20.
You realize I could have just expended hit dice, right?
Good of.
But this is funner.
All right. No wild magic surge.
Damn. I'll
Wild
heal
magic
now.
surges aren't always your enemy.
All right. So you are now behind a tree right up next to this plant. Like if you turn the corner, you could reach out and touch the plant. What are you trying to do?
I'm going to harvest the plant.
Oh,
Give me a
Hey,
perception
Jigsaw?
check
seen it
first.
before.
Hey, Jigsaw, how quickly do those
Mhm.
seeds reload?
15.
Yeah, I'd give it like a good. You have a good couple of seconds.
Oh no, should be longer than that.
Pretty fast. Like a genuine.
All right, I'm gonna
Genuinely,
reach
like,
around
maybe
with
a
my
minute
rapier
max.
and cut the stalk.
All right, you cut one of the vines that this thing has dug into the surrounding trees.
And I'll just keep doing that until it's cut down.
So you can cut down one side of it, but it's not going to bring the plant down from one tree.
Malum's gonna like step outside of cover and see if the thing like starts glowing at him.
When you step out from behind cover, Malum, one of the blooms opens up again and a burst of purple fires past your head.
I see
Doesn't
that
hit me,
purple
though.
come out. I step out and take a big swipe across just above the bulbs and step back.
You get the bulb that fired. So the bulbs are on like a wall of. They're not all at the same height. It's like a
Right.
wall of vines. So you manage
Right.
to get the one that just fired at Malum and it drops to the ground.
Fabulous. And then I will just continue trying to do that.
Malum's like,
So to
Wonder
hit
if it didn't
the
hit me because it
rest of
couldn't.
them, you're going to have to step out of here for a long enough period of time that you can't immediately step back in.
I can disengage as a bonus action. Incorrect. I can
disengage
step
doesn't
out, attack,
count against ranged
disengage,
attacks.
and move back.
Which would prevent attacks of opportunity, but not ranged attacks. Like, there is one in distance of you to step out, cut, and get back in.
It's like they're holding their action for you to walk in front of them.
Gotcha. Fuck. Okay.
But you
That
can
being
grab
said, I
the
still
one
don't
you
think
cut
they
off.
can hit Malum.
No, they
Like,
can't.
Malum
They
is
can't
just
hit you,
like-
Malum.
Malum is just like walking around at this point, waiting for the dude to like try to attack.
My hammer can't reach.
All right, I'll grab the one pod and avoid line of sight and go. This is enough. Let's go.
You got that one to have seeds?
They should all have seeds, Boyo.
Well, I don't know if that one's mature or not. You know, you gotta sometimes.
If
they
it can
fertilize,
fire,
sometimes
it's
they don't.
mature.
Well,
He's gonna
Before
Okay.
you were mature, could you fire?
he's gonna turn and look back at Jigsaw to
Well,
like
I have
confirm
a
that.
long history there.
Jigsaw, you have no idea. You weren't a botanist. Just knew all the things in the woods
Yeah.
that could kill you.
Well, he's been right so
I was
far.
wrong.
So without me knowing that DM knowledge, how does Jigsaw respond?
He just shrugs. He's like, I was on the front lines. I didn't fuck with the plants.
I didn't fuck with the plants.
So Safar is just gonna stick his thumb up from behind the tree.
Oh, look. It does have seeds inside, correct?
It does.
Okay.
All
Because
right.
I'm assuming the seeds are useful for one thing and the petals are useful for another. That's usually how
Yes.
alchemy works.
Yep. Alrighty. You guys head on until the sun starts to set again.
Can we go at a slow pace for a hot second? Just I need to catch my breath, guys.
Sure.
My hit die is a D8, right?
It is indeed.
I'm gonna use 2 of them.
Good call.
I got 9 more. I'm at 19. I'm almost back to full health.
Better hope you don't run into any more plants.
Oh fuck.
You know, truthfully, you got remarkably lucky there.
No, it's all about planning.
No.
Yeah,
I mean with
I-
the last damage roll.
Oh yeah.
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 So loud,
Because
it rolled
because
a
if you
2.
had, the
on a
rest of the party would have had
D12.
to figure out how to go and get your ass.
Well, it's easy. Malin would walk up and drag him behind trees.
But isn't it from the distance wherever you casted Sanctuary?
No,
Isn't it-
Sanctuary is on a person.
Oh god.
The problem is it specifically says creature. Flora does not count as a creature.
I'll
I
bring
think
everything to
plants
the
are a
ground.
creature in 5e.
Are plants considered creatures in
Yeah.
5e?
Well, that's what I was
No,
asking
it's
earlier.
you
'cause
ward
I was
a
gonna-
creature against an attack. I'm warding myself against the attack.
Oh, I misunderstood what you read.
Alright.
Yeah.
Anyways. Who's taking watches?
Sleeping tonight, fuckers.
Are you sure? I mean, you could take first watch.
I'll take first watch and just wake somebody up.
Just wake him up at random?
Yeah.
Alright, give me
How-
that
how we-
give me that perception roll.
I like that.
Yes, Cozy, there is a dog.
Upper?
12.
Almost as soon as the sun sets, the Kikamori are back.
Star's gonna start writing some stuff.
Okay.
And he's gonna, I mean, he's paying attention to him, but like with the fire going, he's just gonna make sure the fire's not dying.
Alright. Who are you waking
Bitch,
up
if it
next?
starts raining, we're fucked.
No, we're not. I have 2 more of those bombs.
Well, with
you know,
Ridley
fair enough.
laying
Oh yeah,
physically
where are you
on
putting
top
your
of him-
rapier while you sleep, by the way?
I told you I used rocks and shit to scrape
Oh,
the
you
stuff
scraped
off.
it clean. Okay.
I just think it'd be funny if you like left it in the fire.
Not the worst option, to be honest.
Keeps it heat. Why not just stick it in the fire?
No.
Fair enough.
Do you realize how hard it is to do a days-long march while holding a weapon in your hand that you have to hold out away from your body because it's as hot as a fucking fire?
Yes.
Zathar would have a unique perspective on that.
Do what?
Zathar would
Zathar-
have a unique perspective on holding flaming weapons on forced marches.
You know what? That's fair.
Oh, guys, Sutoko put a meme in the catalog for you, Dave.
Oh no. Guess I'll die.
Down, Dungeon Dog.
Fair enough.
Did I
Fair
invite
enough.
you up? Did anybody invite you up? No.
I don't know
Anyways,
why,
Girl,
but you
up.
set up, and instantly I got y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here.
But yeah, my best line of this so far. My cat wants you to have this.
Hey, it's still not as good as Jeremy. Jeremy.
True. But
You guys
Yeah.
are welcome for all this.
yeah. So, who are you waking up next, Sathar?
Ridley, because he's physically on top of me.
All right, Ridley. Sathar kind of like pats you awake. Actually, how are you waking him up?
Just gonna like hand on the back and shake.
How do you wake up, Ridley? Getting shaken awake.
I mean, I assume it's pretty normal at this point.
Yeah, that's most likely how Sithar normally wakes him up.
Oh, what's up, Sathar?
Your turn to stay watch.
Oh, okay. Looks around. What are all those bugs?
Oh yeah, you saw them last night.
Oh yeah, I was gonna burn them. Should I burn it down?
I tell you what, you're in charge of making sure the fire burns. We'll burn those later, I promise. Maybe not those specific ones. I'll let you burn something later.
There will be fire.
You better keep that promise.
I will keep that promise.
Jack's got something in his bag he can burn.
He's
Uh,
Sithar's gonna close his eyes and go to bed.
Yeah, really gonna try to keep the fire alive.
All right. Dingo, do you want to take last watch again?
Yeah.
All right. So Ridley, give me a perception check. Nice. Yep, the Kikamori are still there with the exact same roll.
Thank God. I was worried.
I shall wake up whoever's next.
I think that would be Malum.
I'll wake up Malum.
Oh, by the way, while Jack is sleeping, for some reason, he transforms into what looks like the world's smallest hill giant.
Dreams are weird.
Fair enough.
Right?
Carry on. Alrighty then, I guess. So Malum is gonna get up, go over, look at our firewood supply, and probably get some more.
All right. Roll perception while you're getting firewood.
All right.
Then get bodied by a Kikamore.
That's 20.
As you are gathering firewood, you look up and see that there is just a figure crouched in a tree looking down at you. Several seconds later, you step out of the way as a banana peel comes out of the tree and hits the ground next to you.
It's Dark Fatherhood monkeys. Fuck.
Malum will open up his bag, take out a ration, and throw it up.
You watch as the monkey grabs the ration and just goes and just turns around and just like runs off through the tree branches.
Could this monkey perhaps be mistaken for a very hairy dwarf?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. This is a
What
very
if I
small,
used my
slender
disguise
monkey.
kit?
I mean, disguise kit with a disguise kit, anything is possible.
Yeah, even Sithar can look presentable.
Damn.
Early.
I end up getting roasted.
I don't know. I thought the Kikamori were gonna get roasted. Alrighty. Malum, the rest of your watch passes without incident.
Ooh.
You waking up Jigzog?
Yeah, I'll go wake up Jigzog.
All right, Jigzog,
Mhm.
roll me a perception check. Jigzog, you don't see anything for the rest of the night. In the morning, the Kikamori leave again.
I'm assuming I go back to full HP.
You do indeed.
So I had an idea last night.
Burn the entire forest down.
Ridley, how would you feel about a Kikamore as a pet?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Jigzog, how much longer do we have marching through the forest?
I mean, we probably
Yes,
got, like,
forest bat.
one-
What the fuck?
we
I
probably
turn
got one
back
more night.
into.
You've got to
Me?
go, Dingo. You've got like 7 days left before you get the Schnug.
7? Wait, 7 days?
Yep.
Oh,
We have
far away till the
7
nearest
days to
tower
die,
outpost.
huh?
Pretty much. Yeah, you guys are like. Oh, not there. You guys are like here now.
I mean, we have like a week left, but logically speaking, if we're just very careful, we shouldn't run into anything if we just stay neutral.
What if we don't stay neutral and say try something fancy?
Then you die. The jungle.
Did any Grungs ever try to tame any of the Kikamore?
Personally not. I can't. There was an ancient legend of one who was able to do so, but that was like a childhood story. Nobody even knows if it was truly real or not.
Most myth has some basis in fact.
What happened to the person who tamed it in this story?
And the story goes, he went out into the jungle, and in his isolation, he was surrounded by these Kikamore, but it wasn't. It was through his insanity, in a sense, that he connected with the creatures and was able to at least tame one, which sort of granted him access into their own society. Ultimately, he tried to lead sort of a counter-revolution, I guess you could say, against the people, but ultimately shot down. And once he died, the Kikamori went back into hiding.
Was there any prophecy, perhaps? As most mythologies have.
I mean, in the sense of,
Like,
or
if
they,
he,
it
if he
was
were,
mo-
would he return? Perhaps.
I don't believe so. The story itself was more of a nationalistic story, and sort of like showing the pride and strength of the Grung and the horrendousness of the Kikamori. One, I don't know the right word.
So the Shrung would not look kindly if somebody were to walk in with one.
Oh, you have more of a better chance just walking in yourself than walking in with one. You have ensured yourself death if you walk in with one.
Damn, let's
Yep.
get a pet one.
He's just gonna pause and then look at Ridley. Say, you up for a challenge?
Always.
We just can't take it into the city. You know that, right?
Oh, I thought we were just gonna kill everyone in the city.
No. We need to let Jigzog do his thing and find a
Oh.
mage.
My bad, I misunderstood. I thought we were gonna capture one and then, it didn't matter at that point because we're just gonna.
He's gonna pause and look and go. Maybe. Let's talk when we get there. Probably not.
Alrighty, so you guys begin heading through the jungle and roll me a D100.
Sounds like a Ridley thing to do.
Okay, I'll roll. 71.
Overhead you see a bunch of very large birds kind of circling where you are. Dingo, I messaged you what they were.
Oh shit. He like looks up into the air and kind of looks direct. He has to like cover his eyes a little bit, and you can see his eyes dilate as he looks up towards more of like the sun in the sky. He's like, yeah, I don't think we should stick around.
I also
Much
gave you some
longer.
information on them, Dingo.
Oh, and he just starts like packing certain stuff away. He's like, does anybody have metal on them by chance, or anything that like glints in the sun?
Yes.
I'd start putting those away as soon as possible. Basically, those are bloodhawks, and if they notice anything shiny, they see that as like a chance to attack, and they can and will attack us.
What naturally is shiny around here?
Stones.
Brung.
We like shiny rocks, and so we keep them on us and show them off.
Sathara is going to put away his jewelry.
Mal, were you putting anything away?
Anything that I have on that's shiny. I think mostly just like my dagger I'll tuck away, and my bolts probably are also shiny.
Jack, what about you?
Jack is a rogue. Does Jack ever carry anything that's shiny?
Knives.
Which are all in sheaths and under my cloak.
Fair enough. Ridley, you're the one I'm honestly most concerned about.
I feel like everything that's shiny is already in my backpack.
Oh yeah, Ridley doesn't really hold anything when he walks.
No.
Alright, so you guys...
He holds like a stick. That's like the most.
You guys make your way through the jungle and give me a second D100 roll.
I got it. 19. Please be a traveling merchant. Please be a traveling merchant.
There is a tabaxi walking down the road towards you. Or just
Because
walking
you'd have
through the
less
forest.
if you have the coin.
He's holding a large bundle of leaves on his back.
I'm gonna give him the nod.
He kind of gives you a nod back and holds up a cigar.
He'll take the cigar.
He kind of just nods at you and continues walking through the jungle.
He's just gonna he's gonna put it in his mouth and start chewing on the end.
This is the sweetest tobacco you've ever had, Sathar.
Hang on a second. My tobacco pouch is damn near empty, and that guy has a whole fuckload on him.
You want to buy some tobacco from him, or you want to steal it? As he walks
I'm gonna
by.
kill him.
Oh.
Is this the tobacco tabaxi?
Yes.
So basically, I'm gonna walk up. Wait. Are you selling?
He kind of looks at you. He goes, "I mostly just give it away."
Well, I would like to offer you something for your time. Hang on, let me sneak attack. Side of the head.
Roll to hit.
Why are you killing him? He just giving this stuff away.
Because
Yeah,
he probably
I
has
don't
money and
understand.
stuff on him.
If he's giving stuff away,
Yeah,
he probably
how-
does.
he's giving it away.
Natural 25.
So you guys watch as Moriarty walks up to this man and just drives this dagger into the side of his head as blood just runs down, just literally shoots out the other side where the point of the dagger is. Jigsaw, when you see the blood, what do you do?
The blood. Oh shit! Wait.
I run away from him because we're being chased by bloodhawks.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Do Bloodhawks hunt
I'm
blood?
so
We've already passed
So-
the Bloodhawks.
conflicted right now on what I want to do because there's a ritual I want to do, but then there's also the fact that it's fucking blood. So, okay. I'm gonna run up to this Tabaxi, give him like as he's dying, put a shiny stone in his hands, say like a quick prayer, and then haul ass into the forest.
In one of my little vials, I'm gonna collect some of the Tabaxi blood.
Okay.
Also, while I'm running, I'm just screaming Bloodhawk for context.
We
In
passed
Grung?
the Bloodhawks already.
If you want to take that risk, go right ahead.
I put that
Mr.
in my
1HP.
pocket. I search him. I take his clothes. Incorporate those into. I'll incorporate those later tonight. But
Are
those
you
go in my
also
bag for
taking
now.
this just massive pouch of, like, this massive backpack of tobacco leaves off his back?
I'm gonna take whatever he already has dried and prepared and rolled.
So you get 8 cigars.
Okay. I'm also going to refill my personal tobacco pouch with the best leaves I can find.
Okay. How long are you sticking around for after? Because Jigsaw's going top speed away from here.
I mean, doing all that would only take. I mean, I'm a practiced rogue. Shaking down a dead body is going to take me
But you're
what?
still stripping his clothes.
Right. So I'm looking at what, a minute?
Something like that.
Cool. So a minute.
Alrighty. Are the rest of you taking off after Jigsaw?
Yeah, I'm following.
Yeah.
I'd follow Ridley.
I would not recommend running full tilt through the forest, guys.
Too late
Jack,
now.
As you leave, you hear, like, as you leave and you exit the clearing, you hear something burst into the clearing, and you hear kind of like a screeching bark.
Into our clearing or where we just came from?
Where he just left the body. You guys are ahead of him.
Did he have any money on him?
He did not.
Did he have anything else of note?
No, he literally had tobacco, and he was giving it away for free.
Okay.
Out of all the NPCs, like, I don't think Sathar has a particular problem with it. It's just like I don't think that was necessary.
You don't want to
But-
get rusty.
Fair enough.
You guys
You don't wanna make
successfully
friends.
escape into the jungle. And as the day draws to a close,
Hang on. Oh, fuck. Never mind. I try to sneak up on him and follow him stealthily, and I hear the twig snap under my foot, and I'm like, well, fuck that.
clever girl. As you guys, as the day draws to a close, you guys set up camp. Who's taking watches?
I'm doing last watch.
I'll do first watch again.
I'll do second watch. And question. So I concentrated the black sap.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think this plant would enhance its properties further that we collected?
No.
Okay.
No, but you do know that if you mix this black sap with tobacco, you're gonna have a hell of a trip.
Oh, so the pouch of tobacco I collected, I'm actually going to express the oils out of some of those leaves.
Okay. Alright, so who was taking first watch? So Thar was again? Or no?
When are the No, probably more towards the middle of the night. I ask Malm if he can take first watch so that Ridley and I can take the second watch together.
Yeah, Malum's okay with that.
I am gonna mix the tiniest amount of the black sap while I'm on my watch. With just we're talking like just a hair of the black sap, with the tobacco oil, and then work that into one of the cigars.
All right. So Malum, give me your perception check for your watch.
Oh, I jumped ahead. I apologize.
All right.
21.
So with a 21, you realize that as the sun sets, the Kikamori start coming towards your camp before the sun has fully set.
Big fire. Big fire tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Other than that, your watch passes without incident.
Okay.
And I'm assuming I'm
Malum.
taking second watch.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll go wake up Jack and be like, keep the fire big. It looks like they're getting adventurous.
Shit. All right.
All right, Jack, what are you doing on your watch?
I pile a whole bunch of wood onto the fire. And to no one in particular, I say, well, if I'm going out, I'm not going out sober. And I take the tobacco oil and I mix some of that tobacco oil with the tiniest amount of the black sap. And then I work that into a cigar and I smoke that shit.
All right. Roll me a perception check.
13.
As your shift is ending, like in the last 15 minutes of your shift, you've started hearing voices in the woods whispering, Jack. Jack.
Huh?
And then you wake up Sathar and Ridley.
Okay, I wake up
Time for the
Sathar and
shit
Ridley.
show.
Guys, the forest is talking to me.
I'm gonna smell the air. What's he been smoking?
Black sap, which you know is a powerful hallucinogen.
He's going to pat Jack on the back and tell him he should sleep by the fire and to not stand up. Because if the trees are talking to him, they want something from him, and you don't want the forest to take something from you.
I think it wants to give me something.
Yeah, I'm sure. Lay
Death.
down.
It wants to give you death.
There are plenty of prostitutes in some of the ports that want to give you something too. You should wait for them. Just
It's a good point. I lay down near the fire.
All right, so Sathar, give me your perception check.
Perception.
yeah, I guess perception right up front. I'm just looking for a Kikamori. That's all I'm looking for.
They're definitely out there.
Phenomenal. I
They're
asked
the
Ridley if
size
he's
of
using-
like cows.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Yeah, they're huge.
Okay. So, he's just gonna look at Ridley and like nod, and then pull out some cured human meat from his bag.
Ridley pulls out his wand of fireballs.
Oh, I would also like to say I only smoked like half of the cigar. I'm saving the other half for later.
All right, so
Not gonna cause problems.
what are you guys doing with the Kikamori?
I'm gonna. You said earlier it's a creature, right?
Yes.
I'm
The
going to
patty
cast
cake.
suggestion on it.
Okay. What are the requirements for suggestion? Isn't there an intelligence requirement?
Hold on. You can suggest a course of activity and magical influence or creature you see within range that can hear you and understand you. Oh, it has to understand me. Damn it.
telepathy circumvents that.
I don't have telepathy.
Hmm.
Is this creature considered hostile towards me?
Yes. It wants to
Damn.
eat you.
100%.
Ridley, do you know how to make friends with animals?
I've been practicing.
All right, give it your best try.
Ridley kind of tries to get one's attention and get it to calm down.
Are you using a spell to do that?
No.
Roll animal handling at disadvantage because this thing wants to eat you?
So he's not just walking up with it, but like,
I'm gonna re-roll one of them.
Okay.
I'm gonna re-roll another one.
Okay.
Okay, I'll take the 13.
Okay. So you watch as Ridley starts to walk up to one of these things and it kind of approaches the edge of the firelight.
Steven, I'm sending you a message before I send it in chat.
I reach my hand back for the human meat.
Just say yes or no.
hey, Steven. You
It's
gotta
a response to Tsutoku.
You gotta
Okay.
redeem for cat ears.
Oh, shit. Thanks.
That's super fair. As expected.
Yeah, Ridley, what are you saying to the, like, how are you approaching this thing?
I'm like holding I have my stick in my hand, right? I'm holding the human meat out on it and like slowly like carefully walking towards it.
Alrighty. This thing, as you get closer, kind of bristles up more. And Sathar, you've seen a lot of animals in your time, and this thing is like probing the firelight to see if it can just reach in, grab Ridley, and haul ass.
It is going, or Sathara is going to walk up next to Ridley and kind of pull him back just slightly, and with his other hand, kind of slowly toss out against the edge of the fire like some human meat.
You watch as the human meat hits the ground, and this thing like leans down to it and like runs its just teeth over it, and then looks back up and just seems completely uninterested in it.
Do you think if I give it a big enough shock with my wands that it'll just go down?
Could also charge the fire. Maybe.
Dude, I would charge the fire because like there's more than one of these things.
So, what's the worst that happens here? We all die.
You activate their attack pheromone, they stop caring about the fire, they charge the camp, and they kill you all.
Can we not do that?
Fantastic.
I'm gonna look through my bag to see if I have any other type of food that might be raw.
Do you have any more food in your bag?
I have one thing that I haven't cured yet. That's did we ever reattach Ridley's pinky?
No.
I don't think so. Hey, can I pull out one of my random books and hopefully it's a book about Kikamori?
Roll me a D100.
Yo,
if it's
that'd be
higher than
really
an
lucky.
If it's higher than an 85, you have a book about Kikamori.
Can I use one of my luck points to have that lower?
75.
I got a 10.
you pull out a book about that says the glorious flora and fauna of Boom.
Yo, hold on to that. Write that down. If we ever are on Boom and in this weirdly similar situation.
Give me a second.
All right. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna hold on to the to Ridley's pinky a little longer. I'm sure it's getting a little ripe by now.
Ugh.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Man,
I
if only,
try.
if only I found that one, or if only I actually found a useful magic item in the last town that we tried to burn down.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe
Let's-
the Grung will have one.
We should ask him when he wakes up. We'll wake him up. Actually, is our shift
Him,
about
he-
over?
I know he doesn't have
Your
one.
shift's about over.
He's just gonna walk over and wake up Jigzog for a shift either way. Yo,
Well,
Jigzog,
Yeah. Is it my
your-
turn?
your shift. Also, what do those things like to eat?
Jigsaw,
Wrong.
they like to eat living things.
Yeah.
Like, if
anything
things are
that's
dead, they do
identical.
not care about them.
Flesh, blood, humans, grung, cats.
He's gonna pull out his little. He's gonna say, "Hold on, give me a second." He's gonna pull out his little vial of blood and pull out some human meat, his cured human meat, and like kind of steak seasoning it and throw it out to them.
They
Yeah,
voraciously
one-
attack it.
I thought you just said they don't care about dead things.
Well, he put fresh blood on it. For all intents and purposes, it is alive to them.
Okay. Yeah, so the way they work is they only eat like living things. As soon as it's dead, unless it's covered in blood, they don't go for it.
Good to know. Oh, that's a tomorrow night problem. He's gonna say as he goes back. He's gonna go to bed.
Okay, man. Sleep well.
Alrighty, Dingo. Before
Jigzog
we,
says as he puts out the fire and goes and like runs away from the camp.
So, Jack, the first couple hours of your sleep are pretty standard. You have dreams of being different people, doing different things, some brief nightmares about your torture. And in each of them, somebody
Well,
says...
brief by comparison to the duration of my torture.
Yes. But, so, you watch as... So, over time, you realize that the people in your dreams who are saying Jack are all saying it in the same voice. And then you're in the middle of a dream when the dream shatters and there's just a shadowy entity standing in front of you. Jack.
Daddy? Sorry. Daddy? Sorry.
Jack.
I'm kidding. Hello?
How would you
Uh-huh.
like revenge? And you kind of just like, you're back, suddenly you're back, the figure's gone, and you're back in one of the nightmares of you strapped down while they just fuck with you in all sorts of magical ways. The figure appears behind you and leans in over your shoulder as your head's just like ratcheted so it can't turn left or right, and he says, "Against the people who made you a monster." And it shifts again, and it shows them like forcing you through transformations. And he appears again, he said, "Against the people who took your home from you." And then the dream disappears and he's just standing in front of you again.
I like the sound of that. Jack just has a maniacal grin on his face.
Then I'll be seeing you again, Jack Moriarty. In the meantime, you should probably wake up. Something doesn't seem right. And as the figure kind of like fades out and you find yourself kind of like drifting back into a normal sleep, and then you just hear a loud voice in your head, "I said wake up!" And you just snap awake and you realize that the stars are still in the sky, the fire's out, and Jigzog's gone.
There's also a note.
Yeah, there's a
want-
note at the foot of your bed.
At the foot of my bed?
Yep.
I sent the note into the group chat. If you want to pull it up too.
But Dingo, read the note as I'm assuming Jack grabs it and reads it.
Dear friends, you all attacked my people and took me prisoner. It makes me very mad. I don't want to be a prisoner. Head dead. You all die too. Go fuck yourself. Jizzhog. And then there's a drawing of himself flipping you all off.
And that is where we'll end our session as you hear things moving in the trees. Top 10 anime betrayals.
I made that as a joke. Dingo.
When you said that, I was shitting bricks. I was like, no fucking way.
I said that as a joke. You can't just do that.
My bad.
It's funny that you said that as a joke, because I was also like, because he messaged me, he's like, on whatever our last night is, I just want to leave in the morning and fuck them over. But that is where we'll end our session.
Point of order. So are you making another character?
I'm figuring that out with him this week. I'll let everyone know.
Okay.
I don't know if he wants to make another character, but I have a feeling Dingo wants to keep playing Jigzog, which means Jigzog might join the good campaign, and I might find somebody to replace him for the rest of you.
Yeah.
Cuckoo.
Crossover event.
Jigzog decided that while Malum seems content with continuing to be a prisoner, he was having no such business in his own lands.
How was Jigzog a prisoner?
I also don't see that. We literally told him he could
The
leave.
the whole initial point when I first was introduced into the campaign was I was a prisoner of war and was forced to basically be your guys' bodyguard. And from the very start, he did not want to be a part of that at all.
Yeah, but we recently told you could leave because we didn't care.
But you've also said
big
things, you've also killed the Tabaxi and said things like, should we just kill everyone in the city?
You also opted to
Yeah.
burn down the fucking forest.
Because you're taking
And
this
just
bruiser's
threatened
place.
to kill the other not prisoner.
Yes, but that was clarified as being clearly a jab.
We'll see
Also,
how
you
many
want to
jabs
literally-
everyone else gets.
It's alright. It's just
Keep
time to
in
burn down
mind, the whole point
Next
of this
session is
quest-
a burning down the forest simulator.
It
Yeah.
literally is going to be. Also, you guys are all gaining a level.
Do you all hear Fortunate Son begin playing in the distance? They're in the
Yeah, I was
fucking
gonna
trees,
say,
man.
when we
No. Flight of the Valkyrie. Nah.
I still think that's Fortunate Son. We've got literal napalm, and we're about to set a forest on fire. If this isn't Nom, I don't know what is.
No,
Yo, I might be able to turn this stuff into actual napalm with the tobacco oil.
Noms and Bitscrits and Halfwits, Jackson.
We gave Jigzog the chance. He could have just said, "I'm leaving." He's now crossed the party.
Set our promise I could burn something down.
Dude, I'm gonna team up with the Viet Grong.
Yeah, okay. You know what the best part is, though, Sky? He could very conceivably run into Ted again, because I think Ted was the only character he actually liked.
Yeah, but as far as his own knowledge, Ted is dead in his opinion, and he just is like gone.
Even though he was
And
just
he-
there when he got told that Ted was in fact not gone. Although that could
No,
have
didn't
been
you say
that could
that?
have been his reason to choose, like, well, I guess I'm leaving the party then to go find my friend.
Yeah,
He runs into Ted in the Grung capital, just hanging out with the fucking Grung.
We can't
Yeah, we
poison
tried
this
to
guy.
kill him.
It
He
no
won't
makes
die.
sense.
Do what?
We can't poison this guy. It no makes sense.
Yeah, we can't kill him, so we figured we'd let him hang out and do magic tricks. Not even using real magic, just like card tricks and shit like that. Sleight of hand.
Yep.
my favorite part of this whole letter was the fact I signed it as Jizzhog.
Oh yeah, no, that was.
I think that's the only way he ever knew how it was written too.
Which I think was also a Ted thing.
So are we level 4 or 5 now?
5.
5.
Sick.
What was everyone's favorite part? I think Ted's was when he found napalm, and I think mine was when Ted tried to do something brazenly stupid and almost died for it.
Ted's
Succeeded.
been in the group for many weeks. I'm Jack now.
I'm gonna fuck that up continuously, so just get used to it. I will do better. I promise. I will try.
He says as he just eats a whole potato raw.
It's not a potato.
It looks like a potato. It looks like a baked potato.
Oh, it's a Rice Krispie treat.
No, it's not. It's
What are you eating?
coffee bread from Casey's.
Oh, yo, so good though.
It's pretty fire. It's kind of banging right now.
Dude, you pan fry it with butter on it. Like you cut it in half and pan fry it like you would a grilled cheese, but without the cheese and stuff. You just toast it that way. Oh.
I wonder if we're gonna get our final battle really early if y'all just go after Jigsaw.
I mean, he did just leave us all to die.
And quite literally told you to go fuck yourselves.
So
With a very angry face.
I'm surprised writing the note didn't put him in a coma. Can you imagine that? You guys find the note the next morning and Jigsaw's just passed out next to it twitching? But I guess we'll see what happens next time. I'd like to thank all our players. We have Professor Malum, played by
It's me, Isaac.
Ridley Monroe, played by
It's me, Jessica.
Sithar, played by
The Mighty Orion.
Jigsaw, played by
Dingo
The
Dongo.
traitor formerly known as.
the traitor formerly known as Jigsaw, played by. I also know that they're only ever going to refer to him as Jizhog from now on because his name cannot be muttered. And Jack Moriarty, played by
Dave levels up. If you want to see me and Steven get into some shenanigans
soon.
on the same side of the table very soon, stay tuned because it's going to be a nightmare for our DM, but we're about that life.
That's gonna be so fun.
Oh,
So many people gonna die.
I think we're all basically playing sneaky bitches too.
Yeah, I think literally all of us are. I'm sure won't be problematic for us when we get into a large scale fight.
Right? Where are my teammates? I don't know. They all disappeared.
Stop hitting me! I'm sorry, it's dark!
Oh no, that's why you take the blind fighting feat.
True.
Dude, most underrated feat in 5th edition, blind fighting.
True. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining us. If you want to see more D&D content, you can check out the schedule in the Twitch, or you can join the Discord, and it posts whenever I'm going live. The next time I'll be live is Thursday at 3 p.m. Central. We are doing more wiki building and lore building for the worlds. And as always, any of the players who join me get inspiration to use for free in the next session.
And I'm gonna use it to murder Jizhog.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Also, Dingo, I love you, man. That's great.
Anyways, thanks everyone for coming. Until we see you next time, stay cool, stay in school, and stay techno. We'll catch you then.
And here it is. He has arrived on the map.